People, welcome to TDA, the day after, your favorite news platform and the home of popular culture as defined by the culture. And as always, you're hosted by the best. I am one of them today, my own royalty.
And they call me E-Man, the pro-black activist, TDA producer and news analyst, melanin jam-packed.
Wonderful. And of course, Brent is here as well.
Good morning. Blessed Friday, one and all. Shout out to Marie, Heather, and Gingist. I saw them yesterday at Kelechi's book launch. Hey man, have you read the book yet? Oh, interesting.
I haven't. I've had a chance to, man.
All right, so I'm guessing that.
But I will do.
Read what?
A book. Kelechi's book.
His book.
Kelechi.
Oh,
She got a new one.
yeah, new one.
Yeah.
Morning, girl.
Morning. Yeah. Shout out y'all.
Oh, so yesterday was the book.
A book
club
launch. The reading, as in with Gingist?
Yeah.
No. That's a different time.
Oh, okay.
That's a different day. Apparently, it's a secret.
My bad.
But
Cat's out the bag.
Good morning. Chat.
So where did you see them there? Sorry, what's happening?
At Kelechi's book launch.
Oh, so
Oh,
Kelechi's
book
event.
launch.
Okay.
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 All right. Good morning. Energy. Good morning. Davina. Lynn.
Actually.
M32. The Prestige. I don't know why I said The Prestige. It's a Miss Prestige.
I like that though. I like The Prestige.
I think that's a movie.
Oh, it's one of the best movies ever made.
What is it?
Who's in it?
One of my favorites, man. Christian Bale. And
Christian Bale, the lady.
Bale. No, the woman. The man. You know
Christian
that?
Bale's the man.
Yeah. You know the Batman.
You know damn well I don't know the Batman.
You know him if you see him. You know him. You definitely know
Let
him.
me Google him.
Bale. Christian Bale. And
Christian as in Christianity.
yeah.
There we go, Bale.
And what's that guy? Wolverine. You know what's his real name?
Is he the Joker as well?
No.
Or the mask, the green guy.
No.
Damn, girl.
I told you I'm like Barbara from Abbott Elementary. Why did we just
Can
make
you hear
him-
Esther's voice?
Yeah.
I can hear
Someone's
it.
saying that Davina's saying that Esther's mic is off. I don't think it is.
No, I can hear, but I can hear like an echo in the room though.
That's because I'm putting the volume up to see if it is that
You hear my voice?
No, I can
yeah.
hear. That's a tap it. Nah, it's gone now. Mine's gone as well.
Yours is gone?
It was
Yeah,
there.
That's because the entire thing's gone because of the tap now, because of the
Yeah.
volume.
It was definitely there.
Yeah, it was.
1 second.
I heard the first tap.
One, two.
Yep, we back.
All right. Hugh Jackman.
That's
Yes.
it. Hugh Jackman's Wolverine.
Yeah, so him and Christian Bale. It was a Christopher Nolan film. It's about magic.
What's it called?
The Prestige.
Magic.
Yeah, it's about magic. They're both magicians basically, and it talks about the lengths people go to basically be great and stuff like that. But in the realm of being a magician, it's one of the greatest films ever, I think. Anyway,
How much you rate it?
It's got to be a 9 where you just bring
yeah,
it up at
nine
least.
and a half. 9.5.
Okay,
Yeah.
and it's strong.
Is it new?
No. We're talking like early 2000s, I think.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah, brilliant film.
All right, then. I was supposed to send you all a 15-minute short feature film. Oh, no, that's not what it is. Short feature film doesn't make sense. A short film.
By who?
Somebody who used to be a contestant on something, or somebody who used to be on EastEnders. That was it.
Oh, is that?
Yeah. And somebody in the community sent an email with the link. And I mentioned it on here, but I just forgot to send it. I think I should go back and check that email and then ask you guys to check it out over the weekend. Apparently it's good. Apparently it's good. But anyway, I'm a big fan of Christopher Nolan.
Every film is on point with him.
Yeah. He's a great actor too, isn't he?
No, he don't act. He's a director and writer.
Oh. Fair. So who's the
Right?
who's the Christian Bale? That's the guy.
Yeah, Christian
What is
Bale is
that?
an actor.
Yeah.
Bale.
No, yeah, he's like, yeah.
Yeah, I like Christian Bale.
Yeah,
He's a good actor.
He looks like is it Ryan Gosling or something? He looks like another white actor.
You are.
So when I saw him, I just said, no, this guy.
The Great White.
Right.
Who else is there? Corporate Prince, the man from Uncle. Yo, y'all were vexed in the chat yesterday. The man from Uncle, I ain't seen him typing that much so frequently.
Well, over the SPF situation. the
Yeah.
shenanigans. That was
Proper-
a shenanigan, and I hope
proper
he never
shaking
shenanigans
his-
again.
Shaking
Very
his
honest with
his curtails, man.
That was very interesting.
Yeah.
I liked
Tom.
Tom. Really cool guy.
Yeah. Question.
Question?
You, Emmanuel and Esther. So, when people come in, right, a guest comes in, and they're there sharing whatever knowledge they have, but they don't bring like sources. Obviously, it's very important that they do, right? And I don't think that Emmanuel. Sorry, I don't think I should ask instead. Did he, Andrew, share the sources with you after, so that you can put it in the Discord?
No, not to put in this.
But he shared it on the sources he had was the sources he shared on the show.
No, actual papers and stuff. I don't think the pictures come as sources.
Oh, okay. You mean okay? Because when we asked for sources, he said to Brent, hit it up. So okay, yeah. You mean the other sources, the additional sources?
Yeah, because even
papers
the
that he
pictures,
read.
they should have come from somewhere, right? And I don't think those pictures would stand up against scrutiny amongst his peers, right?
They did it in this room.
No. Well,
didn't.
we didn't hear enough from him because that's what I'm asking, right? Like,
What do you mean you didn't hear enough? What were you here for
we didn't hear
hours?
anything from Emmanuel.
Oh.
So Emmanuel, share your opinion because you didn't speak yesterday, man.
No, but Emmanuel was like,
Yesterday,
Emmanuel was
right?
encouraging him. Emmanuel was too busy in the chat being Andrew's backup dancer. Emmanuel, did he put your pay? Did he pay you or something? What's you guys? How do you know him?
I accept no payment for
How do you know
anybody.
him?
Listen,
Because
I-
Emmanuel was in the chat yesterday. Did you not see it, Brent? Emmanuel was in the chat doing paragraphs upon paragraphs.
Serious?
All for SPF you don't even wear. And I just thought, sir,
No, do you know what I was doing?
I was going back and forth with Maggie and all sorts.
All I was doing is because people are asking irrelevant questions.
I don't think it's irrelevant though, because
It was. Let me tell you why. Because Andrew's telling us something, yeah. Even if you don't agree with his position,
something is right.
right? Huh? Even if you don't agree with his position, he's still saying, cool, black people, we don't need SPF, right? And I think for me, the biggest thing I took from it was the fact that a lot of the messaging out there, it seems as though we kind of take the information, we don't question it, and we don't necessarily understand or think about the fact that a lot of the messaging is not particularly for us. So, for example, when I said the day before, I can't remember the band, maybe Nivea or something. And they were talking about, the sun is responsible for 85% of anti-aging, wrinkling, all that sort of stuff. In my head, I'm thinking, this is what we're talking about. Because the sun, yes, obviously everyone's skin's going to wrinkle at some point because we're mortal beings, right? But we obviously don't go through the same thing certain other people do. We see when they leave, a lot of people from this country, when they retire, they go Spain, they come back, we know they don't look like how we look like. You know what I'm saying? It's different. And it just made me think, of course, we're only 3.5% of the population. This is for the majority of the people.
It's
It's
so
not for
funny
us.
though. Because when you look at people back home
Yeah.
who work, like the manual laborers.
You can tell like they look. I feel like they look
Zena!
aged. You know my thing
Like,
is, let me
what are we
let me
talking
shake
about?
your head. When I look at like my cousins or just people back home in general, I feel like they all look older, right?
The sun
and they
ages
look
you.
and I feel like the sun ages. I generally do feel that.
But the thing is, when you look at the manual, I'm talking about the bricklayers. I'm talking about people that sell stuff in traffic. I'm talking about the auntie that's making the buffrot and the puff and whatever. And I'm talking about people that are in the market square.
Yeah.
When you see them as they get older,
Yeah.
the sun does age you. There's a reason why they shield themselves from the sun. There's a reason why back home people are carrying umbrellas because there's some protection is a thing. They might not be wearing SPF, which is what SPF is. However, in the natural ways that they know how to protect themselves from the sun, they do that because again, overexposure to the sun can cause that.
Yeah.
So of course, like
But
SPF is needed. But the thing is, what I found interesting, I didn't like, but what I found interesting about Andrew is that what he said the media was doing is exactly what he did because he came here and said. Black people can't get skin cancer from the sun. He threw out bogus statements to try and get your attention. But what it doesn't get your attention to want to have a conversation with him. It gets your attention to be like, this is bullshit. This is a bullshit thing. And then later on, 2 hours later, he's then saying, no, I'm saying black people in the UK because we don't get that much sun. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You can't change the trajectory now because all of us. First of all, you were saying to us the sun. We've all been brainwashed to believe the sun is harmful. Then you're going on later in the conversation and then saying sun management is not a bad thing. I thought you said we saw this sun as a big bad bully. He said that. Anyway, sorry. Bathroom Diary says nah because they have a hard life living in a third world country. Maybe. It's not just that. It's not just that.
It's not just the sun.
It's not just that. That's the thing. Because even people that are really rich and stuff, it's not just that. Because if you're in the sun and you don't protect and you don't do anything to protect your skin, blah 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 blah, and actually using oil to go in the sun, you're frying your skin. You're frying your skin.
But that's
what you're
obviously
doing.
No, but that's not what's happening to Andrew because he says, okay, when I
He's
go
young.
out,
I need Andrew to come back. Let me see where he is at the age of 75. But also what people don't consider in these things as well is your genes
100%,
play a role. Like one of the Pilates instructor at my gym, Tamba's birthday, she's like, oh, guess. I'm like, maximum 32. This woman turned 38. Really and truly, my max was just me being like absolutely outlandish. If I really say how old she looks like 28. Her genes play a part. And she said her mum is like that. Her grandmother's like that, right? So if she, say for example, she never wears SPF or whatever, she doesn't do skincare. Actually, yeah, I don't think she does because she said, I'm sure she does at some point, but she said her skincare routine is literally using soap and water. That's it. Just a basic soap and water. She doesn't do the toner. She doesn't do all of that stuff. I don't believe anyway. She said literally soap and water. That's what her grandma told her. That's what her grandma does. That's what she does. And there's many people like that who, they will just tell you they just use water. Like, just water, nothing else. And their skin is great, but that is also, your genes play a part in that. So you can't be looking, your skin, and Andrew's skin is great. Love that for him. And he says when he goes in the sun, it gives him, it evens it out, blah, blah, blah. Some of us get in the sun and gives us blemishes. Some of us get in the sun and gives us like yellow patches on our skin. Like everyone, and that's my thing, everyone reacts to it differently. Everyone reacts to the sun differently, that you can't make blanket statements like black and brown people can't get cancer, can't get skin cancer from the sun, and black and brown people do not need SPF.
No, but you know the thing is, I think
talking about?
Andrew started out a position obviously to get people's attention in it, right?
But that's silly though.
But that still speaks to his method. But what he's saying is the skin cancer epidemic in Europe it's not us. We don't make up those numbers. And he's right. Because the data suggests we're not getting skin cancer like nowhere near anybody else.
Nowhere near is not at all. Is what I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah, but
if he wants to because Andrew didn't say that. Andrew came in here, first statement he's made is black people can't get skin cancer from the sun. That is a damn lie. That's a damn lie. Have you met all the black people across history, across time? Have you met all the black people in all the African countries, all the black countries? You can't go on platforms and say such things. You can't come here and criticize the media for making you, for scaremongering black people to believe they need SPF in order to prevent skin cancer. But you are here scaremongering black people to not use SPF because they can't get skin cancer. You're doing this, it's Spider-Man. You're doing the exact same thing, but then you think that because your messaging is good, all of a sudden you're above criticism. Like, what are we doing here?
I hear what you're saying. I think for me, I'm hearing what you're saying. I'm taking it as, look, SPF for a lot of us can do more damage than good, because unlike most people, Esther, yeah, I don't know the app that you use.
He didn't tell me the damage. All he said was that it's plastic. He didn't tell me what damage it does.
Yeah, I guess we didn't go into too much about that. But obviously, even you yourself was kind of, in some way, corroborating that. In that, when you buy certain products, you check what's in it. You know what I'm saying? And maybe a lot of us, we don't do that. And for those of us who don't need protection from the sun for the purposes of skin cancer, black folk, yeah, and then we put an SPF on, which may have harmful chemicals for our skin, it's a problem. Do you get what I'm saying? The skin cancer we get, unfortunately, is in places where there's no sun exposure. That's what we suffer from. We're not the people who get skin cancer like that. And that's what he showed in the data. That even back home is different, let alone here when there's hardly any sun.
Do you know what it is as well, though?
So one of the stats that suggested that in Nigeria, there is more likelihood for black people to get diagnosed with melanoma in the latter ages of their lives because they didn't check during the years in which it is that they
What
were getting older.
melanoma though? What melanoma?
Well, the information I fed into ChatGPT at the time was what it is that he was saying.
Yeah, but then we have to be.
And then when it is,
I
I asked him about it. He said, "Yes, that is correct." But that just means that we do and we can.
No, yeah, but I don't think he's saying. Okay.
You know what? You can't say that. You know
why you're gonna say? Okay, I wasn't here obviously, but you saying you don't think he was saying how when apparently the statement was.
Do you know that's how it opened up?
No, but that's how we started.
No,
like,
but my point
obviously
is, if that's. Because that's
a
a full stop, by the way.
Sister.
You do know that, right? It's
Yeah,
a
but
full
you know-
stop.
Do you know what?
You know why?
You know, I heard that statement before I knew his name. Do you know how mad that is?
No,
defend him. Please.
No, I will always have time for Andrew, right? And he's definitely going to be coming back on, right? Now his intentions were clean, 120%, right? But it's important. It's important when it is you come, and you are a statistician. You are all about the facts and the information that is hidden and misconstrued. That's what its entire being is, right? So when you come on and you say misleading, when I say misleading, sensational statements. Now I know full well that it would have shaken people up because of the nature of what we're talking about, right? And I know that you start with a punchline to draw them in, and then boom, 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 right? And yes, we went left, we went right, we went in, we went out, and in doing that, there wasn't a focus on, all right, so what are the solutions? If you're saying that this shouldn't be used, what are you saying should be used? Because I was sat here thinking, so are you saying that we don't need protection from the sun? Well, at one point in time, I was like, wait a minute, all of this back and forth, are you saying that we don't have to basically protect ourselves from the sun? Because I know that to be untrue, right? And that's why I asked about exposure to the sun. Undue exposure to the sun, what happens? And he said, well, you can have sunstroke. You can develop so many different things. I mean, we know that in hot countries, people...
Wait, he said you can't have sunstroke.
No, you can.
Oh.
So for me, that told me that he is
had
acknowledging
sunstroke,
that it is important to basically protect yourself from sun.
from the sun.
And SPF just means sun protection factor, right?
Literally.
So that's one element of sun protection, right? Obviously, you changed it to management, but that's neither here nor there for me. I understood why he said you wanted to get away from using the word protection, but I still saw it as protection, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I asked him what happened back in the day before SPF, this SPF scourge landed in the 20th century. And there were different ways our ancestors protected themselves from the sun because they realized overexposure to the sun is dangerous. Do you understand? Hence me sending you what I sent you. I told you to read it. I don't know why is it upon reading it you didn't gauge what it is I was going. And then Jackie came on and she was like, hey, what are the natural solutions, right? You're saying don't use this. All right, cool. So what can we use? Because before SPF came about, our ancestors were doing something. So what are those solutions? Now, in my mind, That's what he should have definitely shared. Because to people who use SPF, remember they're using it to protect themselves from the sun. And some people have skin conditions. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So if you have better options that are well researched,
Please give it to me.
you give it to her.
Please.
Do you understand? Because
Give it to her.
even she said that she uses an app to check to see what is the best such and such for such and such.
the thing.
So she's actively looking for better options. So if you have better options and you have the research to back it up, present it. But to come out to say, stop that right now.
Mad.
Do you understand? So I don't know. I don't know if it is that he realized the slight missteps that occurred, because he didn't expect Tom to be here. And I'm sure he didn't expect Esther to be here, because each time he comes, this is not here. Do you understand?
No, I told him that.
I was shocked over that you were like, hi.
I was late as
I'm
well.
like, oh, you haven't
I love
met
that.
yet.
I was late as well. So I also said, "Oh, good morning."
So I don't know if it is he knew what he was walking into.
You know what? It's the thing is, like, when
But it was...
you're wicked.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was it was a baptism, a baptism of SPF.
You need help.
No, but I spoke little because I didn't realize.
You didn't need to speak. You didn't even need Brent to speak.
I didn't realize he was even quiet. He was even quiet.
The best thing man could offer was words.
So it's always entertaining for me to know, because Andrew he doesn't he's open for dialogue. He's open for discourse. And he seldom gets pushed back from man when he comes on. Do you understand? So when I don't have to say a damn thing, I'm good.
It's a good day.
I'm good. But I always have time for Andrew and his pursuit of truth and his pursuit to make sure that we know the information that helps us. But I
that's
beg you,
important.
give me all the information.
Do you know what it is? And I think I don't want that to get lost, because I think that's very, very important. I think that we should question things. I think that things, what works for Gina may not work for me, may not work for Brent, may not work for him. I feel like everyone should always, that's a personal thing that people have to do. I don't think people should be shamed, because I found that, and this is not just Andrew anyway, but I just find that I think sometimes people can be very elitist about seeking further information. Like, you've gone to seek further information about this subject area, this topic area, whatever it is. And so you think that it gives you a liberty now. You feel like you're in a position to look down at other people, because there's a lot of, the rest of you don't read. And if you really want to do, you know what they say, if you want to hide things from a black man, put it in a book. And I think that's such a racist statement, It's such a racist carrying on the work of the colonizers. But I think that there's some form of elitism with black people. It's like, well, I did my research. And like, listen, live how you want to live. If you've got a message to spread for you and you think you're doing good work, then do that. There's nothing wrong with encouraging people to look at products. Like, saying to me that you can't tell me that all SPF is bad, because it isn't. And I wouldn't hear you tell me that all SPF is good, because it isn't. But for me, that is obvious, because when it comes to body creams, when it comes to soaps, when it comes to deodorant, when it comes to all these things that we use on our bodies anyway, things that we eat, we know that all of it is not good. And so you've got to find what it is that you can have. And of course, then people's socioeconomic factors come into it as well. So you can't be shaming people that haven't gone out of their way to go and research how great SPF is, blah, 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 because you don't know the circumstances of their life. And that might just be the lowest, the least important thing in the list of things they've got going on. But I don't think that's the reason for them to be shamed. I think his idea of people doing research and whatever, that's absolutely good. But I just think that sometimes with black people want to go extreme. Like, how are they going to tell you it's a very hot day in the year, your kids should come in with SPF and a sun hat. And to just prove a point, you send your kids in there with no SPF and no sun hat. Them kids could have had heat stroke. Like, do you get me? I just think that things don't have to be that extreme. And I think that's always the issue. But all the best to everybody that's involved. If you want to wear SPF, wear SPF.
Emmanuel.
Oh, Winnie.
Yes.
No. That's the point. That's why I put it on the natural products.
Yeah.
And hasn't the ozone layer changed over the years?
Chat.
Emmanuel.
I was thinking something after I left
Hasn't
this,
it
and I was thinking,
changed over
crap,
the
like,
years?
I should have brought this up. What was it? It was about something like that, though. How, like, our environment has changed so much. Pollution has changed. I'm sorry, all these people that keep playing around with nuclear weapons, Talk about the sun is not harmful. You think that's the sun that was in the Garden of Eden? Okay. Sure. Because the mangoes I'm eating is the same one Adam and Eve were eating. But the apples I'm eating is the same one Eve ate back in the day. Sure.
I think it's
Sure.
the amount of GMO products we're putting into our body that
Bro.
changes our composition, that changes our natural. It's different.
And that's why, like, when I think Jackie brought up, she was like, the food, like, the way they were eating back then, even some of the things that, because when Brent looked it up, stuff like palm oil and shea butter and stuff like that, and certain oils helps protect you from the sun. Back then, they ate more natural foods and they cooked with these ingredients. So that would have also given them some form of resistance to the sun. Do you get what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? Anyway, again, all the best, everybody.
Like I said, I always have time for the
Big up Andrew, though.
Andrew.
For coming
Always,
up.
man.
And
Always,
big up
always,
Tom as
always,
well.
always.
100%.
Anyway,
But do you want to restart the thingy? Or?
yeah. Sorry, people. Let me just give me a couple of seconds. Just
What happened?
restarting this motherfucking unit.
Discord thing. All right. Looks like we're back.
Right. I have a video that our good friend Godders shared, and I found it interesting. Essentially, they've been able. I don't know if this is true or not. I didn't look into it. I just briefly looked at the video and the caption. They've been able to do something to give inmates, right, the amount of time they're supposed to be served in the space of like 7 minutes. So if it's a 20-year sentence, right?
Yeah.
They're able to expose their body to something. I don't know what it is. I don't know what type of technology. And it gives them everything that they would have experienced within the 20 years.
20 years in 7 minutes.
In 7 minutes.
So did they come out after 7 minutes?
Wait. So this is the question I wanna pose. Me send this to myself
It's been a
first.
crazy week on this show. I've only been here 2 days. So was it 3?
Let me send this to myself first.
This ain't real, man.
And apparently, there is rehabilitation involved in it. I didn't watch all of it, but let me just see if there's more context in the video. Let me see.
Sorry, did someone say dark eyes are natural sunglasses?
So
I can't. Do you know what?
the thing is,
You have to go into it.
all right.
You don't.
Imagine you're giggling.
You
Yeah,
honestly don't.
you're
It's
giggling.
kinda good, man. Yeah, go on.
But I didn't even shout.
I shouted.
No, you didn't. That was normal levels. 1 second. Needs the end of prison cells. New tech simulates decades of time in just minutes. A new Cognify could let criminals serve 20 plus year sentences in just 7 minutes, all through an AI-powered brain implant. This is beyond Black Mirror. Here's how it works. The implant creates synthetic memories that feel like decades in prison. It forces offenders to experience the emotional and physical pain of their victims. They wake up with rewired empathy, unable to commit the same crime again. And it could save billions in prison costs, because that's what they're trying to do.
What the hell?
It's being pitched as a solution to overcrowded prisons and a way to truly reform people, not just punish them, but it's also raising serious questions about tech ethics, mind control, and human rights. Would you support this kind of future? Is this the ultimate reform or a dystopian nightmare? Drop your thoughts. So let's just watch this, yeah?
So they coming up with a new prison that allows inmates to serve years of their sentence in just a matter of minutes. So the criminals is gonna have a choice to spend tens of years behind bars, or they can make the choice to get the artificial memory implanted into their brain. So this process is called Cognify, and the intent of it is to treat the criminal like a patient.
There's a new system out there. They're talking about the prison of the future, folks. It's a company called Cognify. Take a look at this video, right? Because you've never seen anything like this. It's a new concept. that it rehabilitates artificial memories. But the thing is, I think your actual prison sentence is really short, but they kind of erase your brain. You down with that one?
They're going to try to change the person's brain chemistry. After this process, when they re-enter society, they will be new and reformed, and they won't even be capable of committing any other crime. The chip can make the patient feel empathetic. Depending on the severity of the crime, the chip can also make you feel the emotional and physical pain of the victim and the family members. You can feel what they felt. So the process only takes about 7 minutes. But to the patient, it seemed like it had been years. Last year, the U.S. government spent $8.7 billion taxpayers' dollars on the prison. They say with this new prison, they can save money.
Come on.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't take her serious. But it's definitely giving Black Mirror. Soon people will start speaking with ads. Did you ever watch that episode? Yeah.
Speaking with ads?
Yeah, speaking with ads.
How do you mean?
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Oh my God. Yeah, I love that sound.
I love that sound. It's so
There's always some
funny.
kind of chaos happening.
Yeah.
As well. I love that sound so much.
It's only £200 for a family of 4.
It's all right. We might not. What do you think?
Nah, man.
No?
But,
You don't think that should happen? If it can?
No, I don't think it should happen. Not at all.
Not to save money? Because the family wouldn't like that you don't take time away because their life is like their life continues. They don't get a expedited memory jump, so that they go through all of the emotions and whatnot. So this is just for the criminal.
Yeah, I guess so.
That is crazy. I don't think this is fair to the
And the economy. For the criminal and the economy, innit?
Definitely for the economy. I just love it about the criminal. I think it's all about the economy.
But no,
Because if
not
it's
for
about
the
rehabilitation,
not for the prison owners.
7
These
minutes.
private prison owners, they don't want to be saving money.
Yeah, not at all.
that's true.
Like, this is
7 minutes is
mad.
wild.
Absolutely mad. But anyway, all right, let's get into the headlines.
We got something in the intro.
What do we
All
got?
right.
Yeah, we've got a couple of videos, but I'm only gonna do the first 2 or 3. Yeah. So obviously, as you guys know, 25th of June was the day 16 years ago when the great Michael Jackson passed away, innit?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
man.
I remember I was.
16 years?
16.
Where were you?
It was
Gina?
2009, innit?
I think this is so
Yep.
important.
2000.
See how I remember?
Yeah.
Where was I?
Yeah, you said
I was
you
at
remember-
work.
Oh,
No, but I remember because one of my colleagues was obsessed with Michael Jackson. Like I said, when I say obsessed, it's even funny because yesterday I was trying to find her Insta because I was like, I was gonna message her. She was so obsessed with Michael Jackson. So I was at work when it happened.
What happened? Did she
She's
just come in crying?
Yeah,
she was crying.
she was
100%.
obsessed. Like she used to wear Michael Jackson t-shirts. Like
Yes.
she loved MJ, man. Let me
damn
even see if I
shame.
could. Yeah.
They assassinated that man.
I don't know. What?
Yeah, what happened?
He did.
They.
That was nuts, though. He was
nuts?
he was no, the fact that he was. It was like, remember, MJ hadn't performed in years. Yeah.
Yes.
And then now it's like, oh my gosh, Michael Jackson's doing a show
Yes.
and had so many dates.
100 shows. It's
Exactly.
not a show,
better,
100
yeah.
shows.
Right. So it was like the build up, and then
Yeah.
then he was rehearsing,
Yeah.
and then
Up, down.
he's no more. It was like.
So where's the assassination part?
Oh,
Because-
I'm not talking about the assassination. I'm just saying it's mad how like.
Oh, yeah, how he died. Yeah, it was
came
horrible.
from nowhere. Not like,
Like-
but he'd been quiet for some time.
Yeah.
Came back. It's like, oh my gosh.
Like, you got people excited, and then here we are.
and then
now.
he died.
Yeah, that's mad.
Crazy.
So
was
where's
some
your
fa-
assassination?
There was some
then?
foul play, man. You know, a lot of
Not with the
people don't-
doctor.
Yeah, with the doctor, man. There's
So
some
who
foul
hired the
play.
doctor?
Oh no, yeah, it might be MJ.
So they got the doctor to come and kill him.
I believe so. It could be. Yeah, there was
Why?
some foul play because MJ was too powerful and he's
For
a black
what?
man. Because controlling too many things. You know, in the music industry, they want to make sure they take a certain. They want to have control over certain things. As we know, in
You're
certain
speaking in
areas,
parables. I need you to be clear. Like, I need you to let me know what they're trying to take
I'm
control
gonna
of.
go to
I
it.
need to know what power he had.
All right.
I need to know what influence he. Like, I need you to be very clear
All
and
right. I'll say it
clear.
like this, right? We know in certain areas of life, there's particular people that have control, right? Because there's many of them in so many different areas of our life. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm gonna let you
Yes.
carry on.
All right, cool. MJ would have disrupted that because he owned so much of Sony.
But MJ existed whilst these people that you're talking about already existed. They
Yeah,
coexisted.
and he tried to get rid of him. They tried to frame him with the cases.
Oh, not the kids.
That was definitely fake. I'm gonna show you a video.
So
Right.
when he was
Yeah.
laying in bed with them kids, was that fake too?
Yeah, he was just
Or did they
laying there.
plant them kids in there?
No, but laying there, even if it's not appropriate, isn't the same as what they said he was doing. You know
So
what I'm saying? That
you,
is-
so
that
you
bothered
think
me.
an adult, any adult that's laying in bed with a
Yeah.
kid?
Is what?
That's what I'm asking you.
I said even if it's inappropriate, it's
So-
not the same as what
yeah,
they
but
said he did.
It's been inappropriate. That's it then. Like,
Yeah, but
we
say-
don't need to know you're doing anything else. It's inappropriate and it's wrong.
Yeah, but remember, he's not accused of just inappropriately laying in the bed. They're saying he did X, Y, Z. They tried to malign the guy and make it seem like he's a devil and all sorts
But I
of stuff.
just think, why did he put himself in that position in the first place?
Yeah, I understand. But that's...
No, you don't.
That's still...
No,
You
you
don't
don't.
understand.
And
I mean, people say,
you-
yeah, I
any-
understand.
anytime-
Right now, you're.
Any-
I'm an MJ fan, yeah, and I love MJ, but right now you're like you're
No, it's anytime we get here, and I keep saying you're only gonna understand when it's your daughter.
Impossible.
You see?
Okay.
That's when it is you understand, and you're like, you would never,
To be fair, he didn't
ever look at him the same way if it is that he takes your daughter
but
and
that's
lies in the bed
No,
with
would you
your
have
daughter.
would you have taken your child to Neverland? Forget the bed.
What, and I'm there? Yeah,
No,
I'll
you're
be
not
on the
there.
lights too.
M just says, "Oh, just bring the baby girl
And
or
stay
little
there
baby
overnight.
boy
And stay there
bring him
overnight.
on." Yeah, because
No, I wouldn't do that.
why not?
Because I'm a responsible adult.
Yeah, but
They're
if you're
kids.
saying that he was just laying in bed with kids, nothing happened,
Yeah.
and so in my mind you believe this, right? You genuinely
This
believe
is the crazy part of it. This
So,
is the crazy
so
part of
if
it.
you genuinely believe this, and
Yeah.
yes, okay, but then he has your consent because it's like, oh, okay, that's fine. Just want to lay in the bed with kids.
No, but you're framing it not in that way. I'm only saying yes
You're not framing it the right way.
I'm only saying this because MJ, if I'm not mistaken, is on record saying, yeah, like we just chill, we just do. It sounds mad. I'm not saying it doesn't sound mad. It sounds crazy.
Yeah, but it sounds like a crime.
No, but that's fine. But it's not what them liars were
How do
saying.
you know?
Because Brent, play
You
the
were there.
clip.
Were you in the room?
Play the clip.
You know how many millions he paid to these people?
How many what?
How many millions?
Bro.
How many
No, you can't
millions?
say
People you had a
that, man.
sleepover
How
with.
many millions?
People-
Brent, play the clip. Thank
Do
you
you know
very
what's so
much.
great? Do you know what? Do you know what I just remembered? Maybe that's a Hollywood thing, having sleepovers with little kids. Because Diddy was having sleepovers with Usher.
No, we can't put
Usher
them in
had
the
a sleepover
same.
with Justin Bieber.
We can't put them in the same.
Why not?
I don't know about that. I don't know that we can't. Hollywood is Hollywood and Hollywood is dark.
I ain't never go there. I ain't never go
I've
on.
never seen you
I ain't
glitch
never
before,
go on no
that's-
ledge. No mother effing plank for these people. Never.
Bro,
I don't know these
I
people.
can't.
I do not know
I
these
couldn't.
Holly
man.
people, man. Holly weird people.
Hollywood.
And this is
Coin
what
that
this
term.
guy did.
Free MJ,
You don't know
man.
him.
Listen, free MJ.
That
MJ
is
for what
crazy.
He's where he is.
He's in heaven. Looking down and saying, how can you guys do this? Look how much I gave.
Might be looking up.
They tried to assassinate this
I'm
guy
looking up at you.
many times. The man was too powerful. He was a
How
brilliant
though?
strategist.
How was it powerful?
Two things
Doing
can be
what?
true.
He
Two
bought Sony.
things can be true. In fact, three things can be
Bought
true.
Sony.
Three things can be true, but he could also be a man who's inappropriately in bed
But he
with
might
children
have
that he
been.
shouldn't be in bed with.
He might have been, but
And
there
then
was
also,
no evidence.
But this is my issue though with black people. This is my issue with black people. A black person will do something that they shouldn't have done. That's a crime. That's inappropriate. And people's response will be they're trying to take the black man down. No, that black man took himself down. You should have never put yourself in a position where you're you're a superstar. Or was he doing this before he was, because I it was Jackson 5, the way
He was
a
superstar
kid
from
then.
5.
Exactly. So you know how like influential you are, you know what kind of life you live and all that kind of stuff. And you had kids in like, why would you put yourself in such a position and then act shocked that people are upset that you put yourself in that position?
Can I ask the question? Yeah. Do we all agree that he wasn't of sound mind though?
No, he thinks he's completely.
No, I've said this before. There was
Oh,
obviously
you think he's a
issues
genius
there.
like Kanye, don't you?
No, there were
I mean,
issues there.
can we all agree that he was not of sound? That was
Yeah.
not a man of. That was not a
He's-
man
yeah,
of sound
He
mind.
wasn't like us.
He wasn't.
Well,
But there were
Imagine.
So I feel like,
issues.
did they ever like identify what
Like what it was.
you
What it
you
was.
can associate his adulthood with his genius in music and whatnot, the type of lyrics that he basically, the socially aware, socially conscious efforts that he made, right? Looking to do masterful strokes by buying this person's catalog.
Come on.
All right?
Come
but
on.
yet, when it is that it comes to...
talk about his crimes.
Can you imagine?
Oh, no, now?
He was recessed.
he was undiagnosed.
He was still a little child. You know, he was still a little child.
No.
You know, he was moving like a little child. Nah, sorry,
Nah,
man.
man.
Sorry.
You know, I did MJ bad.
Sorry,
MJ
man.
MJ did
Sorry.
himself bad,
MJ.
bro.
MJ.
Look at what he did.
MJ.
Listen, is he your god?
MJ.
Wow.
Protect me, MJ.
Esther's like MJ.
MJ did himself, but allegedly them kids too. That's just so disgusting. Like, where do you guys draw the line, though? Where do you draw the line? Who do you draw the line at? Is Diddy? Have you drawn the line on Diddy? Or
No. We can't
Or
talk
do you have
about
anything?
Diddy and
We have
Michael
to.
Jackson in the same breath.
okay, then forget I've mentioned. Forget. Oh, Michael Jackson's gone. Diddy, like so. Like I just want to know where your line is. What is the line?
No. I said this many times. Diddy is diabolical, man. Like because we know what he's been like. We
Do
know,
we, though?
No, but we see the like image.
But we heard, we saw Michael Jackson in
We
bed.
did. That's
with
what
kids.
they want you to believe.
But you said he didn't do it, so you must have seen him. Not in the bed with them kids.
No, but that's what I'm saying. I have not seen the image, but we're acting like we have seen.
But technically, we
him
didn't see
doing
Diddy's
stuff.
either, though. We just heard about it.
No, but we saw him, beating, and all that sort of
Okay, I suppose, yeah, we saw the video.
Yeah, and we heard for many, many moons that this man was doing stuff.
We've heard the same Michael Jackson.
Only from the alleged victims that never proved anything.
And the houseworkers and all them people as
They're
well.
lying. No, that's not true. Brent, play the video, please. Because I want you to
video
see
is
the,
this?
the
Every
lefts.
year at TDA, we talk about Michael Jackson.
Big up. It's sad.
Do you remember the shrine?
What's right?
Of course, we
The
remember
Macaulay
you.
Culkin shrine.
Big up Macaulay then. Because Macaulay
That was found in his inner chamber in his bedroom.
That's
The
disgusting.
hidden chamber.
Wait, you're saying
The chamber of
MJ's
secrets.
You're saying it's MJ's shrine for Macaulay?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know
That's
about this.
disgusting.
And that's a lie.
Don't say that
They
you
wouldn't-
don't
didn't they
know
say there
about
was, like,
this.
sex toys
Let me,
and
let me
all
find it. Let me find
Do
it.
you know what it is? Because
Let me
think about
find
it.
it.
Yeah. If you're gonna take, if for example, if I'm going to be babysitting my niece and my nephew, right? I'm just not gonna have sharp objects around. I'm certainly not gonna have my panties and my bras laying around. So I don't know why an adult who knows that he enjoys sleeping in bed with kids, let's just say he's not doing anything with them, enjoys sleeping in bed with kids, would have then sex toys and all that kind of inappropriate stuff around them.
They went around them. That's not
He
true.
was in his bedroom and the kids were in his bed.
No, but remember, he's got multiple bedrooms.
So that man is sick.
And they're all linked. So
It's
that
actually
was
sickening.
in a private bedroom.
There's
Sorry,
a,
the more I
there's
think
a,
about it, I'm
there's a
actually
shrine.
sickened.
There's a shrine.
But
In Michael
play the
Jackson's
video.
room?
You're
Yeah.
just-
In
you're
the secret. You see, look at all of these paraphernalia. And people say that it's because he was trapped in his childhood, right?
Open it, please.
And then some people say no,
actually
it was to
disgusting.
lure children in. They got toys to play with. Now this is just I'm just repeating.
just adding sauce
That's
to it.
just
None of it's true.
repeating what people will say. Providing if I'm gonna go to war
Are you
with it.
alright?
I don't know this guy. I don't know him.
But you're
Why am I
enjoying it.
swearing
You're
for
enjoying
him
it,
for?
heck, man.
With all his
Oh, Brent, you need help.
If I go into your room and I see a shrine
No, wait.
for little children, oh my gosh, I'm
teasing.
not going
Wait,
back
Brent's
out.
teasing you,
I'll
guys.
tell people that just is rotten.
You ain't gonna fight for me. No, you're done. I'm cooked.
Sorry.
Man,
man.
don't worry.
Sorry.
Right? That's the
Not
wrong
me,
side of
mate.
history.
You see what I'm saying? He
Not
should be fighting
me.
for you because he knows you.
Why? No, we don't.
You see what I'm saying?
Do you know what? Honestly,
Nah,
yeah.
man.
Seriously speaking, I think that's people's first problem. People assume that they know people. You don't know anybody. You don't know anybody. You don't know what people do when it's just them by themselves. You don't know what little habits they have. You don't know, like, if they asked you to describe what you think someone's sex life is like, you couldn't. Because you might just be way off. Anyway.
Sorry,
MJ, I hope
we're
it's getting
triggering Von and Curtis. I apologize.
Good MJ lovers.
Big up Von and
You
Curtis, man.
you obviously
You don't know, you know
know
what I'm saying?
you obviously
MJ
know this
lovers as
man.
well.
You obviously know this man.
No,
so.
they appreciate the work that MJ did.
So will they have... You know, I'm not going to
saying?
This is it. Would they leave
Okay,
their
that's the
children
thing.
in
But I can't even say
this is
it, 'cause
crazy.
I can't even
And that's
say
the
it.
one thing he admitted to. Do you understand?
Admitted to
And you know what's so
what,
mad?
though?
Because even Mark
Literally
is
sleeping
on
in
the
the same
same
bed
side
with
as you.
children.
And Mark said never. Mark said he didn't want his kids near the amusement park. Not in the same borough.
Yeah, because it's not necessary.
He's saying the loud bit quietly.
Yeah, literally. He's whispering. He's
Play the
whispering.
video, man.
He's saying the loud bit quiet.
I think deep down here, you guys know, but it's hard for you to admit it.
Nah,
And I think it's disgusting.
Because he made off the wall.
Do you know what I mean? That's nasty as heck. What a disgusting man.
Nah, man.
Anyway,
You see how long it took to get Agony out of there?
Can you
You see how long it
Nah,
took?
this is wrong.
Brent.
you
No,
know.
what I'm saying is that it's because of the music they made it as
Yeah.
to why it took so long.
and it takes
You
you know what I
understand?
mean?
I think it's people like it's like you justify it or the
They just-
excuses. Oh, but he makes good music.
Or they ignore-
Oh,
yeah.
No. I'm separating the artist
From the art.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's the favorite.
Sure,
one.
that's the favorite one. Even though the said art includes the misdeeds, by the way. All the clowns.
Vaughn says, I wouldn't let my kids around any adults without me, not just MJ. Yes, I know. Yes, I know. But the other adults that we're talking about aren't MJ.
Okay.
They're not MJ.
Okay. Anyway, what's this video man wants us to watch so
he
badly?
wants to help.
We want us to watch this video so bad.
Where's
So bad,
the
what
video?
is it?
In the main intro part.
All right, okay.
It's not another Philly pastor, is it?
No.
Who is this? Travis Baker? No, it's not. My bad.
Back to the Sheraton.
Don't know why people.
Oh, let me set this one.
Have to reset it.
Yeah. But that doesn't mean that he didn't do any of the things.
Obviously,
He hasn't got
nobody
pedophilic
knows
tendencies.
anything because he wasn't there in it. But you know what I mean? Like we have to base certain things on evidence and stuff. And is a notorious lie, isn't it? And
But what's the evidence that they set him up there? That's another thing.
that there's no
Because
evidence of what they're saying.
Yeah,
Oh, and that's fair enough. I mean, that's what you're using
And
as
also,
evidence. That it's a
like, you know
setup.
what? Sure.
And also, just listen to this because again, when people,
Do you think a white man's gonna come on my screen and tell me something? I'm gonna listen to this and
The thing is,
and
Emmanuel,
accept it as gospel?
the thing is, you are presenting or you're going to present
Yeah.
bits of information that alludes to him being set up, right? Right?
yeah,
Yeah, and the information that we are presenting that alludes to something else, is like, nah. You can't use that as evidence to make your decision.
No, because remember, you're not presenting that. You're just like, it's gone again, man.
I'm not presenting anything?
No,
Ben has been presenting. He gave documentaries. He gave FBI files. He gave it all.
no. It's just like when you guys present information about.
Are you alright?
Did you hear me? It's
I
only
did.
for the
You're
room.
disgusting.
It's only for the room.
Yeah, actually.
All right. When I do this again, Emmanuel, please don't talk because it's gonna cut off again, right? Let's
right,
hear the
cool.
video.
Let's do it.
No, I have to restart it again because of. Really dope artists that do like bad stuff. Remember that skit they did? You do remember?
Why are you laughing already? You're sicko.
Because he was a sick. He said, if it is that somebody can save somebody, right?
Yeah.
By doing something heinous, shouldn't they save the child?
Oh, I remember that.
And it was MJ using it.
Oh, didn't he
It
use
was
it or
MJ
something?
using it. It was MJ using
Oh,
it.
so
Can you imagine? Dave Chappelle
I can't imagine.
using
this,
the circumstantial information to draw conclusions.
Can you imagine?
All right, let's play this video.
Hotel at Universal over here. There's 4 FBI agents waiting for me
Wait, is Aaron Carter dead?
in the hotel room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my mom's there and she's
2
like,
years ago.
tell them what happened.
It was
And
set
I'm
up,
like,
man.
what do you mean tell them what happened?
Listen to this.
And I sit down with them and they all ask these super sexually exploiting, questions, back-sided questions. And I knew that at my age already. And I looked at all 4 of them and I said, are y'all crazy? I said, what you think I'm gonna do? Tell you that Michael did something bad so that we can sue him for money? That's what I told him. I was like, you're crazy. And I looked over at my mom and I was like, are you serious, Mom? I was like, what is going on here? Why are you letting this happen? And she goes, well, I think something happened, I think something. I'm like, really? That man did nothing but be hospitable, kind, loving, giving, everything you can think of.
You think?
I don't know what
didn't
this
he
means.
die
I
of,
don't know what this means.
trigger warning? Didn't he unalive himself?
Okay, Michael.
Aaron. What are you doing? What's that? What
You
does
know
that
what I'm
mean? What's
saying?
this?
We don't
Wait,
know.
hold on. That doesn't
We
help
don't-
I
your
don't know
case.
what this
Exactly. That
means.
Doesn't help your
literally-
case
why
at
you
all. Are you
That
alright?
what? That what?
That he
He unalived
unalived
himself.
himself.
I'm saying we don't know.
This is
We
crazy.
don't know what.
Oh, so you're saying it's the man?
But yeah,
I get where your head is on this.
I can't believe this is a serious show. I can't believe this is a serious moment.
All I'm trying to say is, yeah, they don't really care about us, man. And all I'm
So let me ask you a question. So
You're
this
sicko.
is topic of the day,
You're
right?
actually sick.
Beat it. Get up.
No,
Get
no,
up.
no.
Get up.
You need to go on a timeout.
Both of
You
you.
need to go on a timeout.
Both of you.
Sorry.
What did you say,
man,
Gina?
I'm
Sorry?
tired, man.
I said, so this is topic
I
of
know
the
you ain't got no
day.
lyrics. Sorry?
I said, so this is topic of the day. So what's
It
the
can't
topic?
be. This can't be
No,
topic
no,
of the day.
it's not. No, it's other stuff, yeah. But I just wanted to obviously.
Is there other stuff around this realm of foolishness? Am I going to look at you disappointed again?
No, no,
Topic
no,
of the day.
no. Remember a lot of this stuff, yeah.
This was Friday.
No, we stopped doing that theme a while ago.
All I'm
When did
trying to
this
say
get
is,
started?
yeah, that sometimes they make us, you know, feel a particular way about MJ, and the man didn't do nothing. And when you look into why the motivation is there, it kind of makes sense. That's what I'm trying to say.
But what's the motivation that he bought Sony?
He had too much power, yeah. Having the power, owning a record label
Who
that
sold
big,
him Sony?
I'm not too sure, but I think he did it over years, isn't it? Because a lot of the time you hear information about, oh yeah, he owned the Beatles catalog.
Yeah, I heard that.
Far more than that.
But then why didn't
Far
they?
more.
But then why didn't they kill him for that? Because wasn't he
I
come
think
back
they've
on
been
tour because he
trying
was broke?
I don't think Michael had a lot of liquid in it. He had assets, and he never really wanted to get rid of his assets and stuff like that, innit? So I think that's maybe why, innit? So yeah, but Michael ain't broke.
I think he
Or
died
weren't
of
broke.
exhaustion.
I think that's part of it
Yeah.
too.
Yeah,
That's
because
part of
I did
you
100 shows at your
Bro.
age.
Yeah, it's part of it. But yeah, man.
Anyway,
I wonder if he needed SPF.
Oh, you know what, Brent? Time out.
he definitely did.
Because of his skin
His skin
condition.
condition.
That's why I said what I said, Gina. I don't know why you're making the thing.
Well, you're not to be trusted most times. So. He definitely needed SPF. But
Is there another video on
Yeah,
this
the next
story?
video, just do the second one.
there's more.
No,
Yeah,
no, the
it's not
second one
related.
is important. The second
Yeah,
one
the
is
second
important.
one's good one.
Yeah. Not that the other one wasn't.
It's fine. I can't wait to get into it. Oh, I've seen this.
Yeah, apparently it's newsworthy now.
Yeah, it's just a big up,
And
you
it's
know what I mean?
mugs.
It's a cultural, you know what I mean? It's the beginning,
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
you know what I mean? So I just wanted a big up pen game, man. Big
Oh,
up Marks.
that's me. Oh, that's cute.
Our good brother's not here in the building, but, you know.
Where's the TMB logo?
Where's what?
Where's the TMB?
But that's not Marks.
No,
Someone else.
Somebody else, yeah.
So anyway, do you want that guy to get TMP?
Wait. Somebody else put this on there?
Yes, it's
Yeah.
not Marks.
This isn't Marks. This is a fan.
He thought it was Marks.
Sorry.
The first comment is, oh, that's me. I think Marks is Fitness Crew. What's his name? I can't read that one. I just say Fitness.
Carnivore Fitness.
There
So
we
they're
go.
not related to the team?
No.
And it's got the pen game on it?
Yeah, because the
Well,
guys, they love and appreciate
influence,
Penguin. Yeah, fan love.
Can you do me a favor and click on this page, please?
What?
Whose page?
Fitness.
After the that's me.
What?
Like, let's go on the guy's page after.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I want let them see the video.
Yes. Every time I hear that song, I remember.
What film? No, it's a film. It's gonna annoy me.
It's not a film, it's a TV series.
Play again.
The
Saved by the Bell.
The fantastic writer, actor. She's a beloved British, Black British icon.
Oh, Michaela Cole.
Michaela Cole.
Big up
What
Michaela Cole.
series?
Chewing Gum.
No, the latest one that she did.
Oh,
I May Destroy You.
I May
I
Destroy
May
You.
Destroy You. Yeah, when
That's
into the
not what
box,
I think of. I think
Michaela
of,
Cole is hilarious. Chewing Gum is one of the
That's
best
not what I think
things
of.
ever.
What do you think of?
I think of a film.
Something back when.
It's gonna annoy me. You know what I realized as well? Sorry, this is off topic here, but I was thinking about it this morning, and I was like, you know, like back in the day, yeah, whenever like there was always soundtracks to movies and stuff. It's like that stuff doesn't happen anymore. Like there's so many films, like so many songs I can hear, and it reminds me of a film.
Yeah.
So for example, Esther, if I said actually, I don't know if we're on the same way.
Go and try it.
All right, if I say Ice Cube, you can do it with your back into it. What film do you think of?
Is it, what's that thing called? Is it One Year Long with Ice Cube in it?
No, he's not in the film. What film do you think of when I think of that? When you think of that
No, I
song?
think I'm thinking of the right thing. I think of
That's
Are We There Yet?
Friday.
Oh, Friday. Oh, no.
No, but that's not the film I think of.
No.
Okay, I think of Save the Last Dance.
I I've never watched that, you know.
That's why I thought maybe you won't know.
I've heard great
That's
things
what I
about
said,
it, and it's a
yeah.
rom-com, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never watched it. I don't know
But
what
when I
happened.
think of,
I'll watch it this weekend.
there's that song, there's Shine Po, Bad Boys, same film. When I think of, what other songs? I think it's Crazy by Casey and JoJo.
What song? When I think
Okay,
of John Legend Tonight, what do you think of?
Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man.
Yeah, Think Like a Man, yeah.
Right. If I say DMX Party, is it Party Up? What do you think of?
Oh, no.
This would be a great game to play at a game time.
Like
you know?
Mike with Little Bow Wow.
Oh,
See, that's the thing. Like, it's because I don't
You're
know.
like a...
Yeah,
This is your bag.
I'm a nerd when it comes to stuff like this. So I always remember the scenes where the songs are like played. But yeah, I need a day job.
So this is
a
the
girl. Oh, it's a girl.
that was a woman's leg.
Shame, it's
I thought it
her.
was a man. I thought you clicked on the profile.
Wait, it's a white woman.
So she got a tattoo.
Am I so we're celebrating?
So we're celebrating the support.
We're celebrating the support. You hater.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm
Them
asking
steaks
Emmanuel a
and stuff.
question.
Is that her
We're
though?
supporting the support a paint game,
I
man.
think so.
Must be. Okay, big up her.
All right,
She's got thick quads. Love that for her.
look like a man's tie.
I thought it was a man's army,
That's a
no?
fitness queen. No, she's not actually. She's the fitness babe. There's only one fitness queen.
Big her up, man.
You gotta ask somebody.
I'm so done.
Okay, well, that's lovely. Any more videos?
Nah.
Like, you wrote the videos
Due to
now.
time.
Black Rob, 100%. Sorry. Yes.
You want to share it with a Spotify
So
listeners?
he said, you know, Seal, Kiss from a Rose. He thinks of Batman, and I remember the scene. It's the poison ivy. Is it the poison ivy bit?
Kiss from the
Yeah.
What film? Batman, was it? What Batman was that?
I don't remember which one, but
No, as in which actor?
I just remember poison ivy in it.
There was some big white tunes back in the day, you know.
Oh, right.
Like that one where the gorilla starts playing the drums.
Oh, yeah.
I can feel it.
Oh,
Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's
The
a
Cadbury's
that's a
advert. But that's the Cadbury's advert.
But that tune is so wavy.
So white people do some good things with the music.
Oh, they've
man.
done some
They do
very good
they
things.
did,
Oh,
they
people
really
Very.
into it.
said they like the game.
It's a nice game, you know. It's actually a great games night game.
I know. I'm quite.
What
Like,
association?
guess,
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
the film association.
it's really nice.
I might
Yeah,
develop
that-
it.
So
There we go.
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's have a games night. Do you know what we can do?
Yes. 100%. 100%.
That would be sick.
100%. 100%.
All right, cool.
I know it was Val Kilmer.
She's volunteered to lead that one.
No, I will.
Good.
I will do it.
Man does not want any extra things on his plate.
No.
That's you.
You don't worry about. You don't worry
Don't
about
worry
it.
about it. Don't worry
about
about it. Don't worry about it. All right, cool. Let's get into headlines.
Let's do it. All right, people. So trigger warning on this one, and this is of misconduct from the police. Obviously, we spoke about this as it was happening, I believe, or at different stages anyway, as they were looking into it. And this is about child Q. So once again, trigger warning, people. 2 Met Police officers have been sacked after being found to have committed gross misconduct over the disproportionate and humiliating strip search of a black schoolgirl wrongly accused of possessing cannabis. A disciplinary hearing held at Central East Command Unit has found a number of allegations proven against trainee Detective Constable Christina Lynch, PC Victoria Ray, and PC Raphael Simdinsky over the treatment of the schoolgirl referred to as Child Q. The 15-year-old was searched whilst on her period with no appropriate adult present at a school in Hackney after being accused of carrying drugs on the 3rd of December 2020. Nothing was found in her bags or outer clothing. The hearing concluded that the search of Child Q was unnecessary, inappropriate, and disproportionate. The actions of trainee Detective Constable Christina Lynch and PC Raphael Simdinsky amounted to gross misconduct. This is basically what the police disciplinary tribunal sitting in South East London ruled yesterday on Thursday. They have both been dismissed without notice. Next headline, and Sakir Starmer is expected to announce major concessions on his controversial welfare reforms as concerns grow that the government will need to raise taxes to pay for the dramatic climb down. After a day of crisis talks with rebel Labour MPs, the Independent understands the Prime Minister has offered to water down his package of reforms, including protecting PIP for all existing claimants, meaning only new claimants will be subject to the tougher rules. The concessions could shave up to £2 billion off of the £5 billion worth of planned savings from the Universal Credit and Personal Independence Payment Bill, and follows Downing Street's refusal to rule out tax rises for any changes. At least 126 Labour MPs have signed an amendment that would effectively have killed the welfare cuts off, piling pressure on the Prime Minister to back down amid fears of a damaging Commons defeat at the second reading of the bill next week. On Thursday night, a deal was still being thrashed out between the rebels and the government. It marks a major U-turn for the Prime Minister, who will now hope the costly concessions will lead to an agreement and starve off the rebellion within his party. That reminds me, it's not related. Esther, you hear how they went back on that bill?
What bill, sorry?
Sorry.
The Iran-Israel deal, obviously.
Absolutely not. the trigger warning, the assisted dying one. Remember your church was praying about it?
Yeah, no, but I've been tuning out news. Have you noticed they were on the road for like 2 weeks now?
Yeah, they went back, man.
So they are going to go back to Parliament again?
They did it last... When was this? Was it end
I
of
remember
last
that,
week?
yeah, it was last week. It was last week, I think, wasn't like... I remember it was end of last week and they were going to vote about it.
Yeah, so they voted. And they've all said, yeah, we're going to roll it out. Yeah.
As in roll it out or rule it out?
No, roll it out. It's going to be
a thing?
Yeah, yeah. So they basically made some
Yeah.
amendments. I can't remember what the amendments are, but they made some amendments and people changed sides.
Church this week's going to be hot.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
horrible.
damn. Damn. That's sad.
Oh, wow.
Which I bet those are things that just further proves that the world is ending though. The devil's just getting his way in everything. So,
Right.
it's shocking.
Funny enough, I think this next headline's touching on it a bit.
Is it okay?
Trigger warning, people. So the Trump administration has lashed out at the UK after MPs passed the Kim Lee Beater's assisted dying bill, accusing Britain of standing for surrender and death. So the President's State Department said that the US reaffirms the sanctity of life in an attack on the Labour MP's terminally ill adults bill. They said in a social media post from its Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights and Labour that the Western world should stand for life, vitality and hope over surrender and death. It said that the bill is euphemistically said to be for terminally ill adults, but described it instead as a state-subsidized suicide. Wow. A UK-based campaign on assisting dying hit back saying they do know that 12 US states already do assisted dying, right? And these particular states are California, Colorado, Delaware, District of Columbia, Hawaii, Maine, Montana, New Jersey, New Mexico, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington. And yeah, man. So
their response to their way of what's called defending what they've done was saying, yeah, but you guys did it first.
There you go. Can you imagine?
Pussies.
Can you imagine? But yeah, that's what the country's decided, man. Well, the MPs have decided, I should say. But yeah, that's it for the headlines, man.
All right. What are you saying? Let's
Get
get
into
into
that. Oh, like there you go. Right. But
I didn't say that, by the way. I was joking. She's not going to put that on me.
But Brent, what do you call it?
Hey! Oh.
Yeah, you know. But do you know what it is? Let's kind of look at it from the perspective of how does one articulate themselves rather than, you know what I mean?
It depends what the person said. If the person said
That's
something very
true.
stupid, I'm going to let you know this person said something very
This
stupid.
is true.
Anyway, Brent, let's
Brent,
get into
yes,
it.
play that, please.
All right.
It's not in order yet, so play here one, then to the end here two.
All right,
three.
so just a heads up for future, if you have YouTube videos to give to me, I want you to either find it on X or you record it on your phone and play it from your phone because this is going to get pulled. Yeah, and I'm going to have to remove it in order for the video to run.
Cool.
But anyway.
Here now.
Oh, I've seen this.
Cinema, yeah.
Yeah.
Shall I
Have
play
you
it on
I like
have
this
you
show,
seen
you
the
know.
extended version? The longer version.
I think I did that though. I'm not too sure.
Okay, cool.
Big up them.
It's
I
3
like
parts.
the show. They had a Netflix everything.
It's so entertaining.
I think it's so entertaining.
It's so funny.
Yeah, they got a
man.
Netflix thing, but then they got that annoying Nigerian woman, Yvonne.
You don't like her.
Yvonne. She does too much. She's like, you know.
I think for Netflix they should have used the
I
original
think they should
girl.
have. Yeah, because this is my hard labor.
Because it's her
Then
brand.
they got Yvonne. Do you know what it is? Okay, Yvonne is a type of American Nigerian I can't stand. It's too much. Like they exaggerate the accent. They do like their Nigerianness and the way their parents speak, their parents' Nigerian accent and everything is the comedy. That is the joke. And it's not a joke. So I just find it very annoying. And we know you're a virgin. Well done. Anyway, sorry.
All right.
Hi. Hello, welcome in. What's your name?
Tercy,
Tercy. How old are you?
39.
And what do you do?
I'm in healthcare tech. I'm also an entrepreneur. So I have a few homes in Africa that I'm building. I'm also getting into fitness modeling. And then my LLC, everything to do with fitness. We help to inspire individuals to be fit for life on all aspects, including financial, physical, emotional, and then also spiritual.
Okay, very nice. So what are some things you like to do for fun?
I like to travel. So I like to travel. I'm very outgoing. I love sporting events. I like beach, very outdoorsy. I love food. And really anything to do with trying new experiences. So very much excited for life.
Nice. Okay. And now, what are some things you look for in a woman?
Definitely someone who takes health and wellness, a priority. Someone who is kind, someone who is compassionate, someone who is also driven to, always be progressing in whatever it is that they're doing.
Nice. Okay. And now, what are some deal breakers?
Someone that smokes cigarettes, someone that undervalues, self-care, someone that has a lot of unhealed traumas, and someone that's promiscuous.
All right. Okay.
I
So
like
we did
it.
get some hot balloons. Let's go
Whoa.
and see why the end.
Whoa. She popped it after he said promiscuous.
No, it's unhealed traumas.
No, after
Why is
he
it
said.
paused?
Go back a bit.
I just
Didn't he say-
paused it.
Didn't say promiscuous
To
and then
talk.
said unhealed traumas.
You don't hear me talking?
Maybe, yeah.
No, maybe.
Wait, rewind it a couple seconds back, please.
Yeah, he said unhealed traumas.
That was the last one, not promiscuous, right?
No, promiscuous was the last one.
Or was it okay? No, not from the start. Oh, sorry. I was like, I'm not saying through that again.
Unhealed traumas, and someone that's promiscuous.
Oh, okay.
All right. Okay. So we did get some hot balloons. Let's go on over there and see why they ended up popping. We'll start here. Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Rebel and I'm 31.
And Rebel, why'd you end up?
Her name is what?
Rebel.
Oh. It's
You
on
don't
the
even name the
tin.
kids blue, purple, and silver these days.
Popping your balloon.
For me, it's not that I'm promiscuous. I think just the initial attraction is the biggest thing. Yeah.
Oh, you wait till the end after he said promiscuous.
As long as you have to find out.
Initial attraction.
And you know what's interesting as well, yeah? She even led with it's not that I'm promiscuous.
Can
You
you
said that
imagine?
you were.
No, because remember that was the last thing he said, and that's what y'all gonna think. She just like me. I would have said the same thing. Because sometimes you have to let the face sit in front of you for a few seconds and think, can I work with this?
Yeah, but that's why she should have just said
No.
what she said. I feel like the whole it's not that I'm promiscuous is kind
But
of
look
like,
how when she popped it, Brent's first thing was, she popped it after he said.
100%.
I know, but no one's gonna say anything.
100%.
Like let them think what they want to think.
It's a name like Rebel.
I like her. Of course.
Have you not seen this clip?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I haven't watched it in a while. I need to watch it. I haven't
No,
watched
but
it in a while.
as in this, it's been circulating all
Oh,
over
really?
socials. Yeah.
Just her, just Rebel.
No,
Because of the
what it's
promiscuous.
about?
What happens? No,
no,
like
no.
I haven't
no,
even-
no.
Nothing to do
yeah,
with
the
this.
thing
Okay,
is,
okay,
I
okay.
haven't even seen this bit,
Oh, okay.
so
okay.
I've only
Yeah.
seen the ending,
Okay.
which has gone everywhere.
All right, let's go.
Yeah.
And now is she someone that's your type?
The thing is, TV needs to do what it might not be the girl.
Here we go.
TV needs to do what it might not needs to be the girl.
Why?
Why did you pop the
Oh, you mean what? Asking the question?
Yeah.
Well, what would the man say?
All sorts of stuff. Not just
Oh,
this
this one
one.
actually lacks critical thinking.
And then
And all she heard was
when the woman popped it, he's like,
well done.
Yeah, you went through it, isn't it? Yeah.
He'll be like, I feel like at some point he'll be like a woman. Every guy that's come out here, you popped a balloon. Do you really just love it?
and then he tell him about, you don't deserve they don't deserve you.
Oh, you know, the man picks the song like, not that one.
All right. Sorry.
There you go.
The thing's gone now, man.
Not so much.
And by the
Just
way,
had to laugh.
each time there's quote unquote silence, it's not because we're having secret conversations. It's because my unit
No, why
keeps on going
Didn't you
down.
just say why people care what people think? Let people think we're having secret conversations.
Fair.
Come on their toes a little bit.
Fair. So it's not a you thing. It's a me thing. All right.
Do you know
Hold on.
And why not?
I'll say more so like the hair. So more so attracted to longer hair. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, let's go on over here. Your name and age.
I'm Kiara. I'm 31.
And Kiara, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Just initial attraction, but he sounds like a great guy.
And now is she someone that's your type?
Not so much. Yeah.
Why not?
I'd also say maybe
I think you should go back, but so you can see it.
I don't think Esther
someone who is
took in what he
also
said.
driven
like longer
to
hair.
He doesn't like her
always
hair,
be someone
yeah.
who takes health and wellness, a priority.
Gone
Someone
too
who
far,
is
but it's
kind,
okay.
someone who is compassionate, someone who is also driven to always be progressing in whatever it is that they're doing.
Nice. Okay. And now what are some deal breakers?
Someone that smokes cigarettes, someone that undervalues, self-care, someone that has a lot of unhealed traumas, and someone that's promiscuous.
All right. Okay. So we did get some pop balloons. Let's go on over there and see why they ended up popping. We'll start here. Your name and age.
Hi, I'm Rebel, and I'm 31.
And Rebel, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
For me, it's not that I'm promiscuous. It's, I think just the initial attraction is the biggest thing. Yeah. Yeah.
And now is she someone that's your type?
Not so much.
Why not?
I'll say more so like the hair. So more so attracted to longer hair. Yeah.
Fair enough.
What did he say?
I'm
Longer
more so
hair.
attracted to longer hair.
Oh.
More so, more so.
Okay, let's go on over here. Your name and age.
I'm Kiara. I'm 31.
And Kiara,
So I
why'd you end
think,
up
I
popping?
think all of this we don't need to hear, innit? We could jump
No,
to the
so go
main-
to there's a girl
She
with
was
braids.
shocked.
Go to
Yeah,
there's
exactly.
a
No,
girl
no,
with
can we watch all of it? Because
Okay, yeah. So you get the whole.
I want to get the pattern.
Cool.
If I draw
because the
conclusion.
version I only saw the versions I've seen is with the rebel girl, and then it goes to like there's a girl with
Yeah.
braids at the
Oh,
end
is
who
it?
goes
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, but I
Just
couldn't
initial
find the
attraction,
clip. That was
but he
just.
sounds like a great guy.
Okay.
And now is she someone that's your type?
Not so much. Yeah.
Why not?
I'd also say maybe just the style in general. Yeah.
Let's go over here. Your name and age.
Catherine, 31.
Catherine, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Initial attraction as well. I do like everything that you said. I resonated with a lot of it. Just chemistry. I didn't feel.
Same thing here. She's someone that's your type.
No.
Oh, the hair one.
See, this isn't the clip, Emmanuel.
So it's
Yeah,
hair
yeah.
too.
So it's basically at the end of clip 2, man. Because
Are you still bothered by the lack of a custody
Oh,
issue?
I haven't seen.
Okay, let's go to the end of clip 2 then.
Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook.
Yeah, it's this one. 'Cause I just saw the girl.
I find this show so interesting. I'm gonna go back home and watch it. I haven't watched it in months. Got so much to catch up on.
Okay, why not?
More into like athletic physique. Yeah.
Thank you. Let's go over here.
you
Your
can-
name and age.
Yeah, you can kind of speed up,
So you said she's a bit too fluffy?
basically, yeah.
I'm Dre and I'm 31.
Okay, and why'd you end up popping your balloon?
I really don't like the outfit, the skinny jeans, and I could hear you clicking when you came on. So yeah.
Is she someone that's your type?
No.
All right, and why not?
Also, more so someone that is more physically.
Oh, I sprained my neck.
Hey, he's giving as good as he gets.
What I like. So athletic. Yeah.
The cameraman is so shady.
Yeah.
The cameraman is so shady.
Your name and age.
I am Sade. I am 28.
Okay, and Shadi, why'd you end up
Come
popping
on,
your balloon?
Sade.
It was a comment about the shorter hair. I can understand that, you don't like shorter hair, but I feel like as a black woman, I switch it up so much. So it might be a day where you see me with short hair, long hair. I feel like that was kind of a petty reason to pop. So yeah, that was why.
Okay. But prior to him saying that, why was your balloon unpopped?
He has a lot going for himself. He's very attractive. That's pretty much it.
Okay, got it. And now, is she someone that's your type?
No.
Okay, why not?
Same reason as before. Not physically my type in terms of body type. Yeah.
I can live with it.
He likes white women.
Wait, let's see.
I don't-
Let's see. Let's
You
see.
know what it
Let's
is?
see. If there's a skinny
She
girl.
looks like she goes to the gym.
Because she's not out of shape as far as I'm concerned. Sorry.
She's not.
And neither was the girl, the second
So
girl.
wait, so why are we going with white woman?
No, just
Because
wait.
he
wants
because
longer
Because of the hair.
Because of the hair.
From the roots.
And he.
Not that black women don't have
him
longer
saying,
hair.
I feel like he's finding reasons. Like right now, do you know what I mean? You're just trying to pick
And
other
yeah,
reasons.
and some of black women don't
maybe
have
not.
long hair.
Maybe not even white women. You just don't like black women. That's what it's given. Or
Is there a
racially
white woman in
ambiguous
this
women.
lineup?
Huh?
Is there a white woman in this lineup?
There never is. I don't think I've
hard
ever
hair.
seen.
So I don't understand. He must have said that he likes a particular type of woman
Yeah,
and
maybe,
they collected
or
some
but
maybe
it's not
women.
like
he likes
a-
racially ambiguous. I don't know, but I
Latina
don't
or
think he
something.
likes black women.
They have like
That's what I'm gonna say.
rich. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, let's see.
Your name and age.
Yeah, Sammy, 31.
Okay, and Sammy, why'd you end up popping your balloon?
Initial attraction, just not feeling like the connection, the chemistry, unfortunately. Yeah.
And now, is she someone that's your type?
No.
Nope.
And why not?
No. Can you quickly pause? I'm not triggered, by the way, But I find it so hilarious that Black said Gina is triggered because she looks the most similar to this one.
You black.
Oh, from Shadi?
Yeah, no.
Who's black?
I'm not.
Black Rob.
Oh.
Yeah, Robert.
I just want to make it clear, I'm really not triggered.
But why is it that when people respond to something or they
Like, why
make comment, why is
it always that you're triggered?
The word?
Like, I don't understand. Like, I can't give an opinion the same way you lot will sit there and give opinions about stuff.
All you said was that she wasn't...
And no one would ever say that you're triggered.
All you said was you don't think she's unfit. That she looks physically...
Oh, well, he mentioned hair comments too, and the hair comments got Gina a bit, like, rattled.
Yeah, but
I've seen this clip.
But why does that have to be? But why does that have to be rattled? Why does that have to be triggered? Why can't it just be someone reacting to something that they've seen?
Two things could be true.
No. Do you know what? Yeah, actually, that's triggered me. I hate when you say something, and because people don't want to agree with what you said, they say, "Well, two things." No, you idiots. No, you're not the idiot. But I just hate when people say stuff like that. Two things can be true. No, because if you're telling someone about their feelings, and I'm telling you I'm not triggered. You can't two things can be true me. Don't know me.
Yeah. You're definitely not triggered, and she's definitely not triggered.
I'm triggered now by that foolishness you just said.
Oh, serious?
Of course, I said it. That's how I started. I said that's triggered me. Actually.
Sorry.
Sorry, you don't have to apologize. I've got out of my system.
Brent, sorry.
The thing is, she said something like that yesterday.
What?
Somebody asked her, how do you basically like get your frustrations out?
I guess.
And she said she has to hit something. Oh. So as long as she does it, then I can go back to normal though.
Yeah, you just get out, you say it. Say it.
I agree with you though. Like, people tend to use that whole you're triggered thing to basically look
to trigger you.
Yeah.
And I find it very weird.
And they were doing someone was doing it yesterday, and somebody responded saying, wait, just because I disagree, I'm triggered?
I can't remember who it was.
Or just because I'm asking questions, I'm triggered?
Yeah, I think
people always do it, but
I think that's what I find interesting.
Like, just to shut down
flipping
conversations.
But it's the fact that you said I'm triggered because I'm the one that looks like similar. I'm just thinking.
She looked very nice.
I'm thinking
like very, very nice.
She's pretty. Yeah,
she's one of my favorites on the lineup.
I know, but
we know you said hey, Charlotte.
You whore. but genuinely, it wasn't like it's. Do you know what? Do you know what? It's Friday. It's Friday. Again. Pick up
Robert.
the girls. Let's
Robert.
Please, yeah, man.
Anyway,
Again, I'm very much triggered. So I think this, the body type would be more so what it would have to do with. So.
What does he want?
Look at that face.
She actually runs. She's the runner. She's the track star. Oh, she's cute.
I'm 33. And Sandy, why'd you end up popping your balloon? I ended up popping it because you're attractive, you got it going on. But that comment about hair, I know your mama got short hair too. She's black. At the end of the day, black women, you don't know what to expect with our hair. We can wear it straight. We can wear.
How do you feel about that, man?
I know that's right.
How do you feel about that?
So far.
I remember I've seen this.
Said your mum was black.
You've already processed your responses.
Listen to more of what she says, and then let's do it. Because basically, it's about this girl.
Okay. It's just like too much for me, so I don't got time for it. You don't know if you can't grow up from your roots, then you can't grow up with me. So that's how I feel.
Ooh. Interesting. He said interesting.
I mean, my mom's actually on my necklace. She doesn't have short hair for one.
It doesn't matter. It's about who you are as a brother. Hair don't make your personality. You dig me? It's about who you are. If you're confident with short hair, long hair, it doesn't matter. Because a lot of girls that do have long hair, the hairs be thin. I have a salon. When I was 16, I brought my mother a salon with my business that I do. Yeah. So I have dealt with so many different type of hairs. Shout out to my mom, Captivated Styles in the building.
Quick plug. And number 3 now?
Yeah.
All right.
Same show.
Yeah.
Okay, just carrying on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Sure.
I don't know what that was.
We here, but what you said, it's just not for me. You need to really check on your ends before you talk about long or short hair, because a lot of girls with long hair be having no hair just because it's long is thin. So I'm sorry, I can't. Okay.
Sounds triggered.
It's not triggered.
First of all, I didn't say that the hairstyle she had was not good.
You said you don't like girls with long hair. That's not right. You should never said that at all. As a black brother, you should have kept that as what it was. You should have just said, you're not just my type. But hair is you can't talk about hair. If you want hair, go get what you want. If you want Becky with the long hair, go get what you want. Don't talk to black women up here about hair. That's just it. And I'm not triggered. Like I said, at the end of the day, your hair is nappy. Your hair is short. You should be happy where you came from. Period.
When you pause, I thought you paused.
Can I talk or are you going to ignore me again?
I don't want to hear what you have to say. Period. At the end of the day.
Oh, the sun's gone again.
He dropped, I think, a screenshot of how much his Patreon is making. I think it was $900,000 a month.
Yeah.
So I think
And so
they're
what did
just
they get?
making skits.
2,000.
I don't know, but the running cost must be crazy over there.
Your hair is nappy. Your hair is short. You should be happy where you came from. Period.
Can I talk or are you gonna interrupt me again?
I don't want to hear what you have to say.
You still
but you
gon-
can say what you want to say,
Yeah.
but don't talk about black people here. But
So,
let's hear from him.
so again, her hairstyle is nothing wrong with it. So it's my preference, right? So if I'm here to date, I'm here to find someone for me. So I'm not dating multiple people. You're not dating multiple people. So my comment to her has no sort of significance
But
on
I'm a
you.
black woman. If I want to wear my hair like hers one day, what you gonna say? Oh, I don't like your hair. I'm gonna go date Becky up the street. Follow along. Thank you.
I'll say this: at the end of the day, are you here to find a man, or are you here to be?
I'm not here to find you. I'm here to find someone that's gonna accept me, flaws and all. And if you can't accept this young lady
Sounds
up
like
here,
you're here to find a sister code.
no,
so we can move
actually,
forward.
women,
we can move forward.
we are here, and
we
there's
can
a
move
lot of
forward.
black women that's lined up in here. So you can't talk about hair. It's not about the length or the texture. Know what you say before you talk to black women. That's it. Thank you.
What's going over here?
Yeah, please.
Your name and age? I'm Kisu, and I'm 27. And Kisu, why'd you end up popping your balloon? For numerous reasons. The first one was the age. Okay. So I was like, then the outfit, wasn't a fan. And then I felt like that comment about her hair, cherry on top, very inappropriate. Yeah, I mean, she's a black girl. Our hair comes in many different ways, patterns. So I feel like, I don't know, what if you saw me tomorrow? I had short hair. I just wasn't a fan of it. It wasn't giving that you were like accepting of her for who she was. And I feel like if you can say that to her, you can say it to me. So I had to pop.
Well,
That's
you know,
nice
we're
talking
here
to
to give a first impression, right? So I'm going off of my first impression. So if you're not wearing your hair short, then you have nothing to worry about, right? Now, if you switch it up, there's nothing wrong with that. Because once we're together, I would have gotten to know you, and there would be more substance. There would be more reasons why we're together versus just the physical, right? Also,
Makes no sense.
with any person that I'm dating, I would expect for them.
Because that woman looks like Amanda Seales, don't you think?
Yeah, she does.
Papa does. Okay,
I know.
so
Yeah, so yeah.
what's your thoughts?
So there weren't any white women in the lineup?
No, they tend to be like, I don't think there's like, I don't know, there might be sometimes, but it tends to be like more black people. So he could have come in there hoping to see a white woman.
But realistically, not really. You know what I mean?
Not necessarily, because they have like, even if it's not white, they've got Latina women on there as well. They've got Mexican, like, they've got a variety of women on there most times. So I think he must have walked down for crap. Wrong day.
But okay.
What's your thoughts on this? Because I need to know where you're going to. I need to know how to.
All I was basically saying is, how does he articulate that he just prefers his women to have longer hair? Because obviously, as we all know, all of us... Is it back on?
Yep.
Yeah. All of us, obviously, we can wear our hair in different styles. Let's say all of us, obviously, the women, right? Well, the men too.
Men too.
Yeah, exactly. But, you know what I'm saying, right? And if he's saying, I like your hair... I know he didn't say this, but if he's saying, I like your hair down as opposed to up, right? I know it's not the same thing, but it sounds like, okay, cool, that's a preference.
Do you know what? I would have just lied. I'm not going to lie to you. Especially because I know, because it's such a touchy subject, right?
This is it, yeah.
And I know that it's a touchy subject. And I don't want it to get taken in the wrong way because I'm not going to be able to articulate it in a way that's going to come across well. I just wouldn't talk about it. So if I'll find any other reason I didn't like her dress, I'll keep it there. I'm not going to talk about I prefer longer hair because when you're talking about preferring longer hair, especially with black women, you're opening the floodgates of like that's basically what happened.
Them.
Do you get what I mean?
Like
Like
one black woman.
you kind of saw where it went, and it was only going to go that way anyway.
But like,
that's just me.
In my head, I'm trying to, because I like to try and see things from different angles, right? And so in my head, I'm trying to think if this woman, the rebel, was maybe somewhere else in the lineup, and he faced those other girls first, right? Would he have said anything about their hair? He might have liked the length of their hair. Like, regardless of whether it's a wig
I think he
or
would have.
whatever.
Do you know what I think he would have? Because he said he wanted to be with someone who takes care of their body, who cares about their health, who goes to the gym, whatever the case is, right?
Okay, you mean the other things.
Yeah, so the other qualities. And so when he was then faced with black women who have long extensions on and they look fit, hair is still a thing for him. So he can't now say, yeah, well, your hair isn't long, so I'm just going to say that you're not physically my type. But in the women that we saw him talk to, he talked to a woman who was bigger. He talked to a woman who was slim thick. Like, you can tell that she's just toned. He talked to a woman who was skinnier than or thin or slimmer than the previous woman that was slim thick, who looks like she's a runner, right? He had the variety of athletic bodies that he claimed that he wanted, and he still found another thing. I think it's just about language. I think it's about being able to read the room. Like, if, for example, if there was a black man that came on there, say I'm in the lineup for whatever reason, and there's a black man that came on there, and for some reason he just gives me like, maybe his temperament seems a bit aggressive or whatever the case is, I'm not going to make that one of the reasons that I say to him, because I know that the aggressive black man is a stereotype that's existed across history for so long, and I know how black men are unfairly judged by it.
Yeah.
Even though if this man is aggressive with me, I can rightfully say that. It's just about reading the room, and it really and truly, when it comes down to what the girl with the braids said at the end of it, which is that you're speaking to black women, know how to speak to them. If you say that, because black women have long hair as well. However, the reality is that we have different textures, and so maybe the hair is long only when she straightens it. Maybe the hair is long when she pulls it out, like or stretches it, or whatever. Like there's people that have naturally long, kinky hair anyway, but. It's just with black women, hair is a big thing, and it's just it's just reading the room and know the language. I think that it's okay to go on the show and say things that you don't think that wouldn't hurt someone's feelings. I think if someone was not very attractive and I wasn't personally attracted to them, I would never call them ugly. I wouldn't say, I think he's ugly, or I think his shoes are ugly. I think, I wouldn't use such words because it's not nice to hear.
Yeah.
So really and truly, it's just about reading the room. There's nothing wrong with him wanting women who have long hair. But the reality of it is that actually, when he was then faced, because him saying to the girl, yeah, but you've got long hair, so I could have said yes, you, and then if you have short hair tomorrow, I would have got to know you more. That makes no sense, because it goes back to the point she made, which is that hair is not the substance. Hair is not what is not what you're going to be in a relationship with. You need to it's about the person's personality, that you're meant to ask more questions and get to know what that person's really like. So him saying that was a cop-out, because the reality of it is that she's got long hair. Other women had long hair, had the kind of body, athletic body he was talking about, but he still don't want them, because he's aware that chances are maybe under the extensions or whatever or this hairstyle they've got, their hair might be short, and he doesn't want short hair. So it's about the language. It's not a thing where we're just jumping to conclusions, because again, he was faced with what he said his type was. You want an athletic body, here's an athletic body. You want long hair, this woman has long hair. So what next now? And the reason why he gave was that, it's just, it's a body type. But the body type he said he wants is here. So what are you talking about?
Personally, yeah, I think when he was talking about when he was finding criticism for the rest of the women, he was making stuff up. That's what I think. Because I've noticed on this show, whenever someone pops their balloon, everyone gets defensive. And starts trying to find flaws in these women or these men.
I was finding because they're like, nah, she's not my type. I'm like, shut up. That's exactly what you described up there. It's just she popped up first.
You know what I'm saying? That's it. You know what
Sure.
I'm saying? So I think he was just trying to be he was being defensive, I should say. But in my head, I was just trying to see it from a perspective of him being genuine, that he just prefers women with longer hair. And because I remember years ago, a friend of mine said to me, I just like women who have the curly hair. And I thought to myself, so basically you're trying to rule out, you're telling me what you like then. You're telling me you like a particular complexion, particular sort of race and all that sort of stuff. And that's what I was thinking. And when I looked over the years, who he's dated, that was right and exact. You know what I'm saying? That's what he liked. But in this particular scenario, I was thinking to myself, maybe he just don't like when women have their hair up. You know what I'm saying? Or short like that.
But a hairstyle can be changed.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I was...
You're not...
Yeah. But remember, he said, if I know obviously you're saying you don't believe in when he said this, but if he thinks... It's kind of like somebody going into a particular establishment, a club or a bar or whatever. You see somebody, you think, okay, cool. She looks nice, but I don't really like her hair. In your head, you don't know if her short hairstyle is her I don't know, how she presents herself or wears her hair 80% of the time. So that might be something that's unattractive to you. But if you see her with the long hair, for example, and you like long hair, if she switches to the short hair, that's just a change. Do you get what I'm saying? Rather than that's her thing.
Yeah, but you know how you just said that your friend said he likes women with a certain type of hair?
Yeah.
And then you looked at him and thought, okay, so you like this certain type of women, and he proved you right.
Yeah.
Why aren't you doing that with this guy?
Because with that one, it seemed like it was that was a type of hair. This was just a hair long or short. That could change. And black women have...
Okay. So what do you have to say then for the women who had long hair?
Yeah.
And he found something else to say that
That's
wasn't
what I'm
right?
saying. I think he was just being defensive. I think they popped their balloons. He was just trying to find anything. This is why I don't think his answers were
No, but if he says that he likes long hair and whatever the case is, he could have said, "Oh yeah, she's my type." Because sometimes the women ask for the balloons back.
Yeah,
and I'm sure
they
he's watched the
do.
show.
I've watched shows. I've watched
He's
where
watched the
people
show.
say she's my type.
And people think,
100%.
oh, okay then, and then they ask me a question or whatever, and they're like, okay, do you know, we've got good chemistry, get my balloon back. So I think what you're saying, I think you're reaching a little bit. I think you're giving too much of a benefit. Because if your friend, if someone says to you, I like people with long hair, and we know how with black women's hair, it can get kinky, we can have shrinkage, have all this kind of stuff. And then, okay, then you're presented with long hair then, and you still find a reason not to like that long hair. There's something else then that what you really want, your mouth, you just don't want to say.
Yeah, I get you, but I think it's because, again, obviously I could be wrong.
You really give the worst people the benefit of the doubt.
No, it's because in this year,
Michael Jackson, this guy,
Free MJ.
Did you give R. Kelly? Probably did.
No.
Probably.
See what I'm saying?
You're on the wrong side of history.
See what I'm saying? You just added me to the R. Kelly list.
I'm yet to be on the right side of history. Maybe Tinubu were on the same side, but I think that's just about it.
No, but I think it's because I've seen enough of these.
Do you know so crazy? Sorry, I just clocked. Your thing was I added R. Kelly to the same group as MJ. Not that I said you were sticking up for R. Kelly. That's crazy, Brent.
I remember
crazy.
I remember the hashtag Prince Day. Remember?
Big up Prince.
Prince's little thumb.
Big up Prince, man.
He was doing Mayweather times 2.
And those shiny jumpsuits.
No, because you know
Prince was a baddie.
You know what I'm saying? You know trying to say Prince was something that he was.
Prince was a baddie, okay?
Oh my goodness.
I've never been ever like him, boy.
Too much laughter.
Oh, baddie and a babe.
I have to go soon, by the way.
Spend all your time defending Michael Jackson.
Are you going to leave it off? Or?
No, I'm too.
Okay, cool.
Prince was a baddie though. Well, baddie. Even when he appeared on the show and I watched New Girl, the baddie there too. Such a diva.
But yeah, obviously, like I said, I could be wrong in it, but I think it's because I've seen the show quite a few times, well, clips of it anyway. I just noticed that a lot of people, they get defensive. As soon as somebody pops their balloon, they want to find something wrong. And I think for him, he was doing that. He was a bit in his feelings, right? And I don't think it was genuinely one of those things where he was just, I don't know, he didn't like the hair thing. It could have been, don't get me wrong. And I think texture is different to saying length.
To be fair though, actually, wait, Gina, when you looked at that man, what kind of women do you think he liked? That's what I want to know.
I don't know. I don't care.
Fair. It'd be like that sometimes. Because I can tell them by their fruits.
No,
and their shoes and the skinny jeans sometimes.
I know what you mean though. Because sometimes you can tell.
You can tell by their fruits, child.
That's so annoying.
You can tell by the fruits.
But yeah, that's what I want to
I want people to live in their truth. Ultimately, that's what I want. I mean, I don't think there's anything like, if you came out there and said, hey, listen, what's that girl's name again? Crap, what's her name? The host. I can't remember her name now, but if you said, listen, I'll be honest with you, I don't like this round of women. None of them are the white queen, the snowboarding that I want. I respect that. And he's talking about women's hair. What mug? Talking about his mum has long hair. Boy, bye.
No, but to be fair though, do you feel like some of what she was saying was kind of sounding a bit victim-y?
Yeah, no, what I didn't, when
What
she said,
victim-y?
oh, your mum's got short hair, I just thought, okay, like, you're being paid now.
I don't think it's paid. Like, I think it's because I find it weird when like there are black men. Anti-fair, yeah. I find it weird when there are black men who like just criticize black women's looks and stuff. I'm like, but you came from that.
Which I get, but
I think that's the point she was trying to make.
I do, but I just think her wording was off because you saying, oh, but your mum's got short hair. How do you know what my mum's got short hair?
Chances are.
No, but that you don't generally know though. And then when she's just like, oh, most of the girls with long hair that you like, their hair's thin. And I'm thinking,
but you know what? So that is what I thought was petty. I didn't think the mum thing, I didn't think it was petty because I feel like it was just trying to be like, you're a black man, you're around black women, and here you are criticizing black women's hair. That's how I read that.
Yeah, but that's what she should have said though.
But
She
the
should have even
thin
said
hair
like,
thing, but then to be fair, she did say that she works in salons.
I know, but like...
But I don't think she was talking about, I don't think she was talking about black women's thin hair. I think she was talking about the kind of women that you won't really want to be with. Hair's thin anyway. I think that's what she was saying. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, do you know what it is? Because when you start doing all that, the message gets lost. Do you get what I mean? Like the importance of what you're actually trying to convey will get lost in the pettiness.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Everyone just living your truth, man.
All right, so moving on to that one. Let's just do the last clip, Brent. Stormzy. That will just take all of like.
I bet that's
a
Stormzy.
few
You got
minutes.
honorary degree.
There you go.
It's from Cambridge, wasn't it?
It was indeed. Tom obviously was from Cambridge, as you guys know, and I
didn't know
believe
Tom
they
was from
actually had
Cambridge.
Stormzy. Yeah. They had Stormzy on their podcast. As
Oh, did
well,
they? Oh, lovely.
When he was speaking about his initiative at the time.
Oh, nice. Yes.
So
Big up the
big up.
Cambridge kids.
100%. Nimmy's going to be coming on the show soon.
Oh, big up Libby.
Yeah,
And
man,
Olivia.
Caroline, yeah, and Olivia.
Hope you all are good.
And the only reason why I bring this up is because obviously I'm not trying to speak for nobody in it, but I like Stormzy in it, and currently nobody has brought
Some of
anything.
y'all cancelled him.
You know what I'm saying? Some people did. I'm not one of them, and I ain't ashamed to say it. You know what I'm saying? And this is just one thing where people was acting like somehow. I'll let you people watch it anyway.
Stormzy, what's your message to Palestinians in Gaza?
Is that Ramsey?
That is a bar.
That sounds like Ramsey.
That is
So
a
you think that
bar.
sounds like Ramsey?
No, he didn't say dickhead. He didn't say dickhead.
Stormzy, what's your message to Palestinian musicians that want to be just like you? Hi, Stormzy. Stormzy, what's your message to Palestinians that look up to you?
Turn the camera around. Let me see who's behind the camera.
Stormzy, what's your message to Palestinians? Do you care about the Palestinian people? Do you not have one message? Shame on you. No. Stormzy, what's your message to Palestinians in Gaza?
Big up Ramsey. My favourite. So,
man. Sorry, go on.
there's not much going about. I think that's such like a... What did you want him to say?
I don't know. I'll be honest with
Like
you.
stop and give a whole full speech about it.
I'll be honest with you. I don't care.
And what?
I don't care what the guy was thinking. Because at the end of the day...
That give me the ick as well. That's someone's man.
Von
Von said he lost all respect for Stormzy.
Yeah, I wish we had more time to talk about this, but
That's okay.
we don't.
I don't know people that lost respect for him. I don't know if you ever really truly had the respect for him in the first place. That's the honest truth. I think if you're someone that you truly respect and you really and not just Von, but if there's someone that you truly respect and you like the things that they do, you like the initiative that they do, like you like how it is a shop for the community and the community work that they do, you don't just throw them away after they do one thing that you consider to be horrible. Like
He's done so much for black people.
Way too
Black
many,
young
way too
boys.
much.
It's just too much.
And it's not even like done past tense.
And how
Is
is
doing.
all of that just thrown?
Is
There's
doing.
no credit to that.
Because-
Now, I understand, I think, Von saying what he's done because maybe Von doesn't care about the stuff that he's done for black boys.
And that's why I said you couldn't have had that much respect in the first place.
And
in general, not to Von.
And I swear we talked about this. The McDonald's in Israel was responsible
They
for
acted on their own. They acted without the franchise's permission.
I need to know more information because I think this is so unfair on Stormzy.
I just think that, do you know what it is? I'll be honest with you, yeah. If I was Stormzy, to be fair, this is why God blesses people the way he does. I would have told everyone where to go. I would have told her exactly where you, your mama, your daddy, your little sisters and cousins and nieces and nephews should go. Because imagine me doing as much as I've done. And I'm not saying just because you've done so much, it means that you're above criticism or whatever it is. But the level of insults, the level of like personal, like just how low people were going with their comments and the things they were saying to him, how horrible they were being. What have you done?
This is what I also want to know.
done?
This is I want to have
What have
you know in
you
Black
done?
Mirror where you have this mixed with tech and real life. I want there to be like a bar goes on top of their heads to basically detail all the things that they did for the same cause in which it is that they're asking the person right to basically show up for. I want to see what it is that they've done because
Some of you
if they
think being
haven't, why are you shouting so much?
Some of you think being in Shade Borough comments is like saying, oh, I don't like when this happens. That's activism. I would like to know what it is that you've done. Like, imagine, and I think that's why in this life you honestly cannot look for human approval. You just cannot, because imagine doing something, and he's obviously not the only person this has happened to, but there's so many like people that have done something. Imagine, God forbid, Kelechi doing something and people are like, oh, we're cancelling her.
Well,
someone that's gonna have a way to build an orphanage, done this, like
when she got married to a white man, everybody was like, forget about everything else that she's done.
I'm sorry, what are we doing here?
When she's taking up the tarot cards, she's like, forget about all the rest of she's done.
Mad.
Sorry, use the camera.
Like the video, people. Like the video,
you
man.
piece of shit. That's what you are. But that's different because Kelechi is not cancelled on account of doing tarot cards.
Oh, man.
We just don't align spiritually. But I can never, like, it's not a thing where I would be like, oh, because you did this. Like, it doesn't remove everything, all the other, like, community stuff and things that you care about because you've done something. Do you get me? Because we believe in different things. That's like me then not supporting someone who is a Muslim. That's like me not supporting Stace. Because I'm Christian and Stace is Muslim. And I'm like, yep, that's just too far. So you thought you did something over there, man with
the thing is, there's
man with a silly mind. I thought you talked about something else. I thought you talked about.
I went home.
Charity begins at home.
There are some people in our community who I know full well don't even like when it is that we look to pick up.
You're actually just ridiculous.
No, you know today all you've done is cry.
Sorry.
From your evil.
There are some people in the community who don't even like when it is that we talk about Palestinian stuff. Because they're like, because they like what? They don't even like us.
They're like who?
They're like they don't even like us. So why is it we fend it for them? And 100% I know that there's some people in the community who are like that. 100%. And that's the thing. There's
Wait,
so
is one of them
many.
in the room with us?
Huh?
No, I've said that on the show before.
What?
I've said that before on the show.
What you said?
What you just said.
Wait. What have you just said? Because I did what I did so that you didn't have to do so. But go on. You're on the stage. Go. Go.
Listen. I just want to say a little bit to defend Stormzy. That's what I wait for you guys, isn't it? Because I'll be real, Sometimes, I might be out of place for saying this shit, but in a roundabout way, certain times we claim certain people in the community and whatnot, Stormzy's ours, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Stormzy's a black man, and he prioritizes black agendas. The man's put so many things in place for the benefit of black children, black people, which will obviously trickle down or I don't know, grow into something that will benefit black people as a whole, as a community.
Yeah.
You don't like what he's done as it pertains to your plight over there, and you want us to cancel him. I don't understand what's going on here. So because DJ Khaled, who is Palestinian, don't support thingy, I now have the right to start talking about DJ Khaled and what he does. No, Khaled's not mine. Stormzy ain't yours. He's ours. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We don't care about your opinion. If we say, okay, he did this, he don't give a damn about black people, and that's his whole thing, then fair enough. But I don't think in all of this, he's ever said he don't care about Palestinians. He's never tried to do anything that's been bad for the Palestinian plight. I don't think so. Not necessarily, not even, like even if it was one of those situations where it was unintentional.
Yeah.
Okay, fine, whatever. I don't think so. I think he even told the people, wait, you guys should know me by now. There's a method to the madness. And you're still out there talking about your disrespect.
Did he remove his previous?
He did. I was about to say that.
Don't tell half the story.
But he did remove that. But I'll be honest with you, where I stand, I've said this before many times. I think that people want to do community stuff, but the reality is that the community doesn't show up for people the way they need to. The reality is that if Stormzy was to go broke tomorrow, I don't know, is it still on?
No.
No, but we can still hear it.
Okay, that's fine.
We just can't hear it.
The reality is that if Stormzy was to go broke tomorrow, God forbid, I don't know how many people will actually put their pennies together, their cute little pennies together to contribute. So this is why for me, when it comes to that, which I think we talked about earlier in the show when is it Dion son? What's his name? Dion from America. When people were like he's a sellout because of that, I'm like, okay, but how many of you, if he carried on doing what he's doing and needs to pay his children's fees, needs to feed his kids, needs to pay this light bill, blah blah blah, how many of you will put your coins together to do that? And that's my thing about community, that you want people to put their everything on the line, and some people do, and that's great for them. However, though, I'm not going to judge somebody if they decide that this is too heavy for me to bear, given this responsibilities and stuff we don't know what's going on with people.
Yeah.
And I can't, based on that, I can't judge. If somebody says, you know what, I'll be honest with you, I wanted the money. But I know that part of what he uses his money for is to fund black children who have to give up, the opportunity to go to Russell Group and top universities because they can't afford it. Not because they didn't get in.
Yeah.
They can't afford it. If I know that part of that money is going to that cause, I'm okay with that. Sure. I'm okay with that. We can't all fight for every single cause in the world. Like, you will be exhausted and you probably die tomorrow of high blood pressure. Because it's physically impossible. Which is why there's so many of us, and so many of us can support where we can. And if I know that this is what you're doing, I know how much Ramsey cares about Palestine. If I can support Ramsey in his support for Palestine, I'm absolutely doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't think it has to be like a one and final thing. So that means that you're fine to cancel Stormzy now because he did that. So then, like, if something happens, then because I don't want to say that you don't necessarily care about what he's doing for the black people. I don't want to go that far in saying that. But then what he's doing for the black people is also a cause. Yes, of course, it's not genocide like the Palestinians are going through, but that's a cause that someone else cares so much about. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah, and it's also a cause that nobody else give a damn about. It's also a cause.
I just think, I don't know, man.
You know what I'm saying?
I just don't think I'm cancelling people for that. I'm giving grace. I'm sorry. I'm giving grace for that. And if he just says, you know what, I'll be honest with you, I didn't read the room properly. I know the Palestinians. I haven't even done as much research and stuff like that. I'm accepting that. Okay, he did that. Like, that was just him. He didn't do the research he should have done. And it is what it is. But the reality is that a lot of you are just social media activists and you just need to...
And I'm not even saying that he made a mistake here, but if he made a mistake, give the man the benefit of the doubt. The man's put too many things in place for black people. That's it. Your favourite rappers out there in the UK ain't done a goddamn thing. But put on shows. And fine, that's fine. You know, I believe in that anyway. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, make your peace, better your life.
Not everyone has to stand up for something.
You know what I'm saying? But this man put certain things in place. There's a reason why he's getting an honorary degree. There's a reason why people show him respect. Because he's doing things he doesn't have to do. You know what I'm saying? And just because you don't like some business dealing that you don't know about, it's just how it looks. Okay, fair enough, fine. You don't
even
like
if you knew about, like, I just think, I don't know, man. I don't know. But this is ultimately, I feel like the biggest lesson in life is that whatever it is that you do, whatever you feel like your calling is, you have to be doing it because you believe it's what your purpose is on earth. You can't rely on humans encouraging you through it. You can't rely on human beings being the ones to support you through it. You have to do what it is that you need to do based on the calling that God has given you, because when it all comes down to it, God is who you're answering to. I can't tell God I did not carry on this thing you wanted me to do because I didn't have the right support, or the people were being negative to me in my comments. Do you get what I mean? Like, that's ultimately that is the lesson here.
Yeah. And Fernand said, I hear what you lot are saying, but we're talking about genocide. Like babies being slaughtered. Sorry, trigger warning, guys. Like babies being slaughtered type genocide. Don't become numb to that. I hear you.
No one's
but
not.
We're not. None of those. You know, let me not go for one because of time. I have to, move. But I'm just gonna go back to what I said many months ago. Many people didn't give a damn about Congo and Sudan. No one give a damn. Still don't give a damn.
Still don't.
So when the black man is doing what he's doing for his people, I'm gonna respect him in that. Nobody from another community can tell me how I should feel about someone in my community. Keep your mouth closed, mind your business. That's it. Find somebody in your own to go and represent you the way he was doing for us. And he was even taking time out of that to even do something for the main cause as well. That's what I'm trying to say.
And I think, and that's another, like, support of one thing doesn't mean a hatred of the other. Saying that I'm not going to cancel Stormzy does not mean I don't care about the innocent people, children, mothers, fathers, human beings in Palestine. Like, how could? No, of course it doesn't. Of course it does. It's all sad.
And if we're being honest, deep down the man cares about what's going on over there.
Of course he does.
You can see it in his life and in the pattern of behavior. He does.
And that's
Give someone the benefit of the doubt, man.
If it's someone that has consistently always been on the wrong side of, like wherever, if we say that we're supporting this, he's like, nope. Like, consistently. Then cook the person. I can understand that, but I just don't know, man. Y'all are just insufferable.
Yes.
So,
anyway.
Drop mic.
Yeah, so it's the end of that, I guess, guys. But yeah, end the topic of the day, guys. And let's get into headlines.
All right.
Might as well read it all. I ain't gonna read it in a minute. I have to go.
Oh,
and he
came
gave
back
some more
again?
information.
Oh,
Yeah.
He wants to change his
Let's
name.
do it on Monday.
All right.
Yeah, just
He's
sorry
told
to
you
time.
he will do it on Monday.
I didn't change his last name.
Last name.
Yeah.
Oh, I did that.
He's got a white name, so he wants to change to more black African.
He's asking for suggestions.
He
Oh, he's
thinks
found
that he
how
would
to
know
go
more
about it.
information because he's NOI
No, just
graduate.
get D the poll. Just get a poll. D
Yeah,
the
but
poll.
like, he's thinking like, how
Depot.
do I go about choosing one that's maybe, you know what I mean? I've not read the
It'd be
update,
personal to
innit?
him, no? I know someone who did that. He was Jamaican, and he believes that his ancestors come from Ghana, and so he changed his name to a Ghanaian name. But it was one that meant something, like to him that he felt represented who he is and like his journey, his life, and that kind of stuff. But yeah, Iman will help you on Monday.
Yeah. All right, cool. Quick run through of the headlines, guys. The police criminal inquiry into the Post Office Horizon IT scandal is investigating more than 45 individuals, with 7 formally identified as main suspects. The investigation, which the police described as unprecedented in size and scale, is the first to examine potential offences of perjury and perverting the course of justice by those who made key decisions on post office investigations and supporting prosecutions of branch owner operators. The police would not reveal the names of the 7 suspects before them have been interviewed. The number of formal suspects is expected to rise. More than 900 post office operators were prosecuted by the post office between 1999 and 2015 because of faulty Horizon accounting software that made it look as though they had been committing fraud. Diabolical. The scandal, widely considered to be the most widespread miscarriage of justice in UK history, was the subject of the critically acclaimed ITV drama Mr. Bates versus the Post Office, which aired last year and thrust the scandal into national spotlight. Have you guys seen it? I still ain't seen it, you know. Yeah, I ain't seen it. All right, next one. The pound briefly hit its highest level against the dollar for almost 4 years after markets were unnerved by a report that US President Donald Trump could bring forward the naming of the new head of the US Central Bank. The sterling rose above $1.37, which is the strongest since October 2021. The dollar weakened after the Wall Street Journal reported that Trump had considered naming Jerome Powell's replacement as the head of the Fed by September or October. Next headline, this is definitely going to be a trigger warning, I guess. It's diabolical, to be fair. And US President Donald Trump has called for Israel to pardon Benjamin Netanyahu, who is on trial for alleged corruption, or drop the case altogether.
Wait, what?
Interesting.
Terrible, isn't it?
Interesting.
Netanyahu is their president.
Interesting.
But prior to, he was basically on trial for fraud.
But I saw a thing that Netanyahu tried to set up Iran to attack America. You not seen that?
No, I've not seen that clip.
Basically saying that they were gonna do something, and then they were basically gonna frame Iran, so that then America can then start warring with Iran. So that's interesting news that he said that.
Never surprised. This guy is capable of anything, you know. Trump also claimed in the social media post that the US had saved Israel, alluding to its intervention in Israel's war with Iran, and would now also save Netanyahu. The Israeli Prime Minister denies charges of bribery, fraud, and breach of trust, for which he has been on trial since 2020. Netanyahu wrote in his own post thanking Trump for your moving support for me and your tremendous support for Israel. Trump's post comes days after he rebuked Israel for attacking Iran after he had announced a ceasefire deal between the two countries following a 12-day exchange of missiles. Posting on his Truth Social platform, Trump described his longtime ally as a great hero who has done so much for Israel and a warrior. Next headline, people, and the BBC has introduced a paywall for people looking at parts of its website from the United States. So US-based visitors to bbc.com will now have to pay $49.99, $50 man a year, or $9 a month, $8.99, for access to most of BBC News stories and features, and also to stream the BBC News channel. Those who do not pay will still have ad-supported access to selected global breaking news stories, BBC Radio 4 and the World Service, as well as its language services and some newsletters and podcasts and things of that nature. Rebecca Glashow, who's the CEO of BBC Studios Global Media and Streaming, described the move as a major milestone that would unlock new opportunities for growth. There will be no changes for the BBC's UK audiences and for those elsewhere around the world. So this is only for America. Next headline, and Iran's supreme leader has insisted the US gained no achievements from strikes on its nuclear facilities in his first public address since the ceasefire with Israel was agreed on Tuesday. Ayatollah Ali Khamenei said that the strikes did not accomplish anything significant to disrupt Iran's nuclear program and described the retaliation against the American airbase in Qatar as dealing a heavy blow. It came as Washington doubled down on its assessment that the strikes had severely undermined Iran's nuclear ambitions. The US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said that intelligence gathered by the US and Israel indicated that the operation significantly damaged the nuclear program, setting it back by years. And our last headline, people, for many Africans dreaming of visiting Europe for tourism, conferences, education, family reunions, getting a Schengen visa is becoming a steeper uphill battle. So the latest data from the European Commission reveals a troubling reality. The African applicants are facing some of the highest visa rejection rates in the world. In 2024, thousands of African travellers found their hopes dashed as rejection rates soared across the continent. According to official statistics, countries like the Comoros, Guinea-Bissau, Senegal, Nigeria, Ghana faced rejection rates between 45% and 63%, making them some of the hardest hit globally. That year alone, in that zone, made up of 29 European countries, including France, Germany, and Spain, received more than 11.7 million short-stay visa applications. While global demand surged by 13.6%, the door remained tightly shut for many Africans. Each visa application costs $90, which is around 90 euros, which is about $100, regardless of the outcome. That's a non-refundable fee that must be paid even when the application is rejected, often with minimal explanation. And according to analysis by the LAGO, the Lago Collective, Africans lost an estimated 60 million euros in 2024 alone through rejected applications. That's money spent on travel. Sorry, that's money that's not spent on travel, but only on bureaucracy and silence. And that's it for our headlines, guys. It's time to pay them bills.
All right.
Have a blessed weekend, people.
We're going to wrap up. What are you talking about?
God damn it. Let's do it, Brent. Quickly.
Do.
All right, people. It's been a glorious day. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for interacting in the chat. Today, we spoke about quite a few things. We spoke about the Met police officers, those dirty animals who were sacked after committing gross misconduct over the strip search of child Q. Good for you guys. We also spoke about Starmer and how he's trying to, he pretty much caved in. He caved into the Labour rebels on welfare cuts with the £2 billion concessions sparking tax rise fears. And also we spoke about the Trump administration basically criticising the UK for passing the assisted dying bill. We also spoke about the police who identify 7 as the main suspects in the post office Horizon scandal inquiry. We also spoke about the pound hitting a near 4-year high because Trump pretty much rattled the dollar. And we spoke about Trump calling for an end to Netanyahu's corruption trial. Diabolical. This guy is on trial, basically, and he's denying charges of bribery, fraud, and a breach of trust. And this has been going on since 2020. We also spoke about the US gaining nothing, at least this is from the Ayatollah's perspective. He's saying, listen, all that stuff they're talking about in the news, about what they did, and how they damaged XYZ, messed up our nuclear plans, set us back months or years, lies, fake news. And also the BBC said, all you guys in America, if you want to go to their website and see certain things, you're going to have to pay a yearly or monthly subscription. And of course, for our topic of the day, we spoke about quite a few things, man. Read the room, guys. Read the room. And obviously, we spoke about good brother Stormzy. Keep doing the good work for your people, you know what I'm saying? And we spoke about MJ, man. Free MJ. I know you're up there looking down. God bless you, man.
Free Prince.
And we spoke about the person
looking up.
Okay. Like, Emmanuel, stop mentioning me.
No, Brent.
And we spoke about the woman who tattooed Pen Game on her, man. Big up Pen Game, you know what I'm saying?
Big up Pen Game.
Marge,
Big up Pen Game.
Good work, man. That's going to benefit the entire scene. So big up Pen Game.
Big up Pen Game.
Have a beautiful weekend, guys.
Have a great weekend, y'all.